Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? All right, so the dumb is beginning. This is true. Here we are, everybody. Welcome back for one more Guardians of the Galaxy stream. I am W. Adam Clark. I am your Master of Ceremonies, Galactic Interloper, and Watcher for this evening. And in fact, for those of you following along on YouTube, this episode is being filmed on September 11th. And this, doing the campaign tonight, is breaking a long-standing tradition I have of not streaming, working, or being on the internet on September 11th. So, there's a fun fact for you. And now we will introduce in the purple circle.
Alright, Cypher Severly, I am playing Seth, your squid-like crew member. Interestingly enough, you may think you know where the love of tentacles comes from, but it actually comes from a miniature war game we used to play called Counterblast, which had an entire army of adorable little space squids holding, pew-pew pistols, which we don't have, but everything else still holds up.
It works.
They're adorable. Love it.
And in the green circle, we have...
Hello, I'm Noctis Silence. I'm playing a 3 Ranger named Reginald tonight. And fun fact, Reginald has never seen an ocean. He has no problems in the Astral Sea, but he's never seen that much water in one place.
That's going to be interesting, because that's going to happen at some point.
Yes, it is.
We're totally going to have to fix that.
And in the gold circle, we have...
Hi everybody, Sadie Golden Dragon. I'm playing Maeve Glitterwind, and I got this. It's the symbol of Shanti. I actually have a physical holy symbol.
That must be inspirational when you're playing.
And wheat on a blue background. And I think the outer edge is supposed to be more wheat.
Probably.
Okay.
And
that's really cool.
I don't know. I think it's really cool. It's from Etsy, and it came in in unique packaging. So
nice.
I don't know.
I
like wax stamps and stuff. I think they're freaking awesome.
And in the red circle, we have...
Hi, how's it going? I'm the old bacon eater. I'm a week older than I was last week. I still eat a lot of bacon, and I still play games badly. And I really think I should start wearing a tie during the episodes. I mean, Gordon's wearing a tie.
You're going to start doing a little bit of cosplay
wear. Painted on. The only
See,
thing
we all have...
an apron.
We all are slowly accumulating little costume bits. Sadie's got her holy symbol. I'm getting more blue this week, as you can see.
Oh, wait a minute.
I've got money.
I
D&D money.
realized something.
What?
I maybe can... Oh.
Next.
Lighting's going to go weird.
Next week.
30 seconds. I might be able to pull this off. Hang on.
Next week, Noctis might have mandibles. You never know.
Halloween stores are about to open. Anything is possible.
That is true.
Over the course of the next month and a half.
Oh my gosh, if you want to make mandibles, there's this air dry paper clay you can get at
any craft store.
I have
pretty much any craft store, yeah.
You
can also get foam.
Oh,
and I used it one year to make Maleficent horns.
Nice.
And I did it. It looked really cool. It was actually machinable once it was dried, and I put wire in it to help it stay up while it was drying, and
nice.
It painted up real good. And
nice.
I don't know, it was real cool.
I have to start wearing a different shirt though, because this is just not going to work.
What are you talking about? Have you seen my character's outfit?
Okay, fair. Yep. Okay, the dumb has already begun. Let's go.
So, who wants to try and give a quick recap of last week's episode. Or perhaps who has watched last week's episode that was posted on YouTube earlier today.
Chat can do it. Chat, go for it.
Brain bugs.
I did it last week, so
I'll do it.
Go for it.
okay.
Last week we had many battles and found 60 head of space wine, and now we're transporting them to their destination.
Cool. You also found out that the dwarf that had been trying to purchase up all of the land was in fact being controlled by an intellect devourer, and
Intellect power, yeah.
and you were not able to find the illithid responsible for said devourers. You technically haven't left the world yet, but you did get the pigs back to the ship.
True.
And then we were going to have the conversation with the captain about what to try to do next.
Noctis, how did you not see that coming? Isn't this like, a favorite enemy of yours? Like, how did you not know that's what the plot was? Like,
Well, because I spent most of it sitting there in a drooling pile.
That's
of
very
that,
true.
like, wow.
You almost died a couple times.
couple times.
Bad luck. Really bad luck.
No, he didn't actually die. We call that good luck around here.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so let's go with, we are back on the ship.
Back on the ship.
We have loaded up the space wine, which you may have noticed I have fixed the icons so that they are now transparent. So they are actually just 60 individual space wine without white backgrounds.
Mm,
We're going to take off
Oh,
your
look at that.
concentration.
Yes, I do
Oh,
see
nice.
that.
Okay, so
I have many tabs open.
so
Not as many as
who
you,
wants
I
to who wants to talk to
GM.
the captain?
Wow.
All right, Blue Speaker, you're on.
What? We're new here. What?
What did I do?
Like, but we're new here. All right. Reporting in, Captain.
Okay, so what happened?
We got them, as you can see. All the lovely swine. Okay, so it turns out that the dwarf we mentioned earlier, what he was up to was being possessed by a little brain bug.
Illithid. Well,
Yeah.
wasn't expecting mind flayers involved in this. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, mind flayers taking over pig farms. I mean, that's got to be a story somewhere, a children's book or something.
I mean, there's definitely something more involved in that. That's for sure.
Yeah, we didn't manage to find the core of the problem. We did take out the one that was infecting him, as well as one other one we ran into while we were finding the pigs.
Okay.
So that's 2 little guys down, but boss is still out there somewhere. So, I mean, the truth still remains that whoever's in charge here wants something out of this place, and that the problem is not done. I don't know if it's the appropriate thing to do to report the issue to any kind of local authorities or whatever, to warn people that the threat's around, or...
There really isn't any authority, so...
There isn't, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that several people in the crew would like, at some point, to be able to investigate this further, but, I mean, we should always finish the contract first.
All right. Sounds reasonable. Did you deal with all of the bandits, or?
I mean, deal with, yes. Didn't actually murder face them all. A couple of them were smart and fled.
Okay.
But they were just hired, as far as we could tell. They're not, they're not a militia, they're not well dressed, they're not organized. They were just hired thugs. And I don't think they have any interest in reporting back to anybody at this point.
No, but it does mean going after their base to try to look for any valuables or clues is probably useless, because if even one of them escaped, it's probably been stripped.
It's probably been stripped. Yeah, we wouldn't encounter them there, but they'd have taken anything interesting or of value with them.
Yeah, exactly.
But there was more of them than we actually wanted to fight all of them anyway, so half of them fleeing was probably not the worst idea.
Oh yeah. We weren't getting paid for
So-
ear counts. We were getting paid
Nope.
for swine count.
Yep. So that's pretty much how that went down. We didn't even actually find the base. I strategically, cleverly lured them out of it.
Okay. Well, then definitely there's no reason for us to go back and search for a hideout because it'll
We don't
take
even
us
know where it is.
hours to days to find it, and there's not going to be any trails leading to it because no one's going to be going back to it because it's going to be emptied, and we got a delivery to make.
Yep.
We have a delivery.
So anything bigger here we can deal with later.
Okie doke.
Let's
Sounds
deliver
good
some
to me.
pigs.
So with that, the party will be taking off for astral space
Astral space.
with a cargo hold full of
We're
space
off
wine.
to astral space.
Do you really want me to make a
Leaving the pig
Gamelon
farm.
Empire storyline?
No.
Because if
no,
you
No,
keep
no,
singing,
we
it
did
will
not.
happen.
No. Just no.
We're just delivering something.
I'm just saying, there's going to be a death lock at some point.
Flying pigs, please.
Hey, wait, I'm already blue. I'd have to change my color then. Which I can, actually.
Okay.
I'm choosing to go blue. It's not really a racial. All I need to do is swallow some Wilton's food dye, and I can switch it. It's good. I'm not even kidding.
Let's remove certain scenes from
Don't
the
remove me.
navigation because we know we're not going to need them for this fight or for this week.
Fight? What?
I heard that.
So did I.
I mean, you know,
I wouldn't
alright.
say he really let something slip though. I mean,
hello, Thomas. Hey, Morton.
Thomas and Morden are here. We're all doomed.
Look at this. I have an empty Starfield map now.
Hey, be nice to us.
ooh, look at the stars.
Ooh, that's pretty.
I find the darkness of space soothing. It is not obnoxiously bright, except where it is.
It says we don't. There we go.
There. But
Okay.
There we are.
yes.
So now we have the
Aha.
Wandering Glider
Yes.
on a space map.
And now we have bugs in space, as well as pigs in space.
We, in fact,
In space.
how did I not title this segment Pigs in Space?
You're gonna have
You
to when you go to the
should have.
YouTube video.
We
Should
were
have.
just talking about that not that long ago.
We
How
really
did I not make that connection? Yatina.
I didn't either.
Oh,
can still change it.
Mary is awesome.
Change it.
And
Well
Mary is
done.
awesome.
okay.
I
So,
mean, jeez.
you are all on a 2-week voyage between between where you are and where you're selling the pigs.
I was to say between where we are and where we're going. Thank you. That's
So,
very helpful.
yes, a 2-week voyage between point A and point B. What we are going to do, because there might be a few different random encounters that happen in that time, or there might not be. You never know. We are going to start with rolling a d6, making it very likely that we will run into an encounter. And then every time that we have a successful encounter on a die, when we check for another one along the trip, we will escalate one die type. So we will start at 6, 8, 10, 12,
Okay,
20.
so we'll get less common.
so that eventually the trip will be, you will finish out the trip, is the idea.
That's the theory.
Right.
I mean,
All right, let's go.
if we get up to D10,000 and somebody's still rolling a 1, that person is required to go buy lottery tickets tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Damn it.
Look at my dice.
They are
It's
pretties.
so cool.
We are now all the wandering glider.
Wow.
Wow.
Triple 6s.
Yes.
Okay, I need a triple good encounter.
It's really good.
That's pretty good.
I
That's
know.
it.
Some serious good.
That's pretty good.
All right, crew, talk amongst yourselves while I try to figure out how to undemise you.
So how's that alcohol coming?
How's that alcohol coming is a great place to start.
Pretty good place to start.
How's the brewing kit?
Well,
How's the brewing going?
It's brewing. It's taking a little bit of time. Admittedly, I also had a couple of I've got a couple of side projects going as well.
I mean,
there's
that's how
also-
brewing works, right? There's no instant
We
brewing
can always have
technique or anything.
orange glazed poultry.
No. We don't do instant brewing around here. That's just wrong.
Get an inferior product that way, right?
Yeah, once chicken.
Yeah.
Brews finished when they're ready.
Chicken.
Citrus chicken would actually be pretty good. I'm just saying, alcohol works really well for my race because we absorb everything anyway, which is
Right.
pretty much how alcohol works. So I'm actually very fond of it.
Yeah, because
Egg.
Fun and easy. Huh?
you get the tinglies.
Oh yeah, literally all over. Literally all over. It's good stuff.
And of course, I decide on an idea that I don't have a token for. So bear with me 1 second. Okay. About this time,
Oh, here we
you
go.
feel the ship lurch, which means that your
Oh, that's
speed
not
is
supposed to happen.
changing.
Right.
Oh, it
And
is supposed to happen.
that means that there is a object large enough to create its own gravity bubble
Gravity, yeah.
nearby.
Right. Well, you know the routine. I mean, I don't, but you do. What do we do?
Don't we head up to the observation deck and see what the heck?
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll start with that.
Isn't that what we usually do?
Yeah, we'll start
You usually do. We're new here.
see if anybody else has already seen it. Maybe Archibald's already up there.
That's true. That could have happened.
All right. So you guys start heading up.
Same thing we do every night, Pinky.
Go.
You have to,
Yep.
Head up to
fight.
the observation deck.
You have to fight your way across the swine to head up to the observation deck.
I hold my breath.
And you notice about 800 meters away in the distance what looks like a statue
Whoa.
larger than
Yeah.
the ship just
Oh,
floating in
Uh,
space.
It's a space statue. Totally
Oh,
see that every day.
crap.
What?
Sure.
Not weird at all.
That's interesting.
What's
I-
that usually mean, guys?
That means that everyone gives me a religion check.
Religion. Because
Religion.
statues are usually about religion.
Under crew, under wandering glider crew, you'll be able to find your character.
Oh, look.
Actors, Spelljammer, wandering glider crew. Or if you can't find it, I can hit it for you.
Wondering, glad a clue. There we go. I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Religion. I have a +2.
Nice.
Go.
Somebody broke.
11.
It
Knock
was
broke.
dead. Knock broke again.
He'll be back.
I'm broke.
Okay. So,
+2, 13.
and it just means everybody's picture. There we go. Wait, no, that's worse. He'll be back in a second.
Okay.
There we are. So,
or
Yay!
Okay.
Seth knows
Yes. I know
that
things.
often the Astral Sea is where is the residence of deities, especially those from lost worlds or those that were excised from pantheons.
Sure.
They just exist in space. And in the Astral Sea, you will occasionally find these monolithic statues, which are in fact actually just for lack of a better word, corpses of gods who no longer have followers. Since they no longer have followers, they
Yeah.
no longer have life as the mortal would identify it, and they just turn to stone and float for the rest of forever.
It's kind of sad, really.
No more belief,
Yeah,
so
that's
no
kinda-
more God.
It's very sad.
I mean, I mean, that being said, sometimes it's a good thing. you don't know who it is.
might be, yeah.
But let's get a little closer so we see if we can find out who it was. Although if they no longer have any believers, I don't see why we know who it was.
Well,
But you never know.
As the ship slowly approaches,
This, I mean, is my god out in the astral sea?
your god is in a different sea.
Totally different sea. Okay. I mean, I know it's not mine because I ain't really god so much as a patron. It's not exactly the same thing, but splitting here. We're getting closer and closer. And
So
closer.
as you get about this far, you notice that there is a single being
Yes.
sitting cross-legged on the chest of the fallen god's form.
Okay.
They are
Yeah.
green-skinned,
Okay.
bald, with angelic wings. And he has a massive, massive glaive, like, laid on the ground in front of him.
He's just going for a ride, really, on a dead god. Like you do. Another check to know what that guy is.
Sure. Another religion check. Everybody can make these.
Okay.
Okay, now I was good on that one. Which is only funny because it's the other campaign.
There we go. Gordon and
There you go,
Maeve.
Maeve.
Gordon and Maeve know that the individual that you are looking at is a Solar. They are the highest level of defenders of a faith.
Oh. So their solar is still devoted to the god even though it's dead? That's
Seems
sad.
that way.
He might be the last of his kind.
He just, from his position, as the ship has neared about this far, let's say about 100 meters away, he just looks up, visually acknowledges your presence and that he can see that you're there, and then just puts his head back down and continues his meditation.
Ah,
That's a lonely existence.
What do you do?
yeah,
Deep.
sure.
I don't know if we can. I mean,
Do anything? I mean,
I think he probably doesn't want us to do anything.
I'm man.
you
didn't
want to say
like-
hi, offer him a drink or something?
I mean,
Just
that'd be about the only thing I can do. But I'm not even sure if Solars eat or drink.
I mean, probably not, but it doesn't mean it's not polite to offer.
Yeah, I'd like to, because again,
Let me just run over and say, can we get you anything?
I mean, I think we've got enough on the ship that we can at least, get something for him. But
I mean, I can literally just float on over there, right?
Yeah, basically what you would do is you would dive off the observation deck to reach the gravitational plane of the ship and then
Right.
swim directly out and then continue swimming by thought until you reached the fallen god and then swim by thought back until you reach the gravity well, at which point if you came in too high or too low you would be moved to that equal level and then you would swim back to the ship. Like
It's really easy.
you literally can do that.
Yeah. It's kind of fun,
mean-
actually.
you know what? I like the idea. I mean, again,
So
if
let's
he's-
make him
yeah.
up something.
yeah. Let me get something. Try and get something put together here. I'll
We'll
go
give
into the
you a
galley.
pack
I'll-
and you can give him.
Yeah, I'll
The
go
pack.
into the. I'll go down to the galley. I'll
Okay.
make a couple of sandwiches or something. I mean, it ain't
Yeah, even if he doesn't
Ain't
eat, it's probably
much.
not going to be rude to offer.
Right.
purely, it's purely a gesture of, dude, eat something. That's all I can think of because, dang, man. That's
Okay.
rough.
Trying to do something nice for him anyway.
So about
Yeah.
10 minutes later, you've got, a bottle of wine, a couple sandwiches. Anything else you
so-
guys want to throw into the pack to have her swim out with?
Have we
You
got
know,
a
some
couple
crunchy
of the
bits.
citrus left?
Okay.
Maybe he eats fruit.
Yeah.
It's natural, so it might be.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends. Like everything depends on who his god is, right? So,
Yeah, it really
But-
does. I mean, but
but it's just a gesture, a friendly gesture of greeting.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
And it's not likely to be immediately fatal, so you're probably okay.
yeah.
I don't get the impression it would be.
Mm.
I don't get a bad impression from him. I
No.
don't know where I get that impression from, but
No, it's yeah, no, the
I
solo.
could do a good and evil. No, I can't because we're too far away.
I am reasonably certain, unless something went really wrong, he is definitely on the positive side of the spectrum as opposed to the negative side. So
Well, while y'all are doing that, I'm gonna grab a set of fishing gear and see what I find.
go fishing.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
nice.
All right. Is anybody else doing some fishing while you're waiting?
I guess I could help out with the fishing.
Okay. You never know. All right, so you guys are going to do a little bit of fishing. Meanwhile, Seth is going to swim out
Go for a swim.
over to the Solar who is sitting on the body of a fallen god.
Yeah, like you do.
Okay. As you get there,
We do.
he raises his eyes from his meditation and turns to look at you and says,
I was not.
I hate it when the pitch is wrong.
Failed his pick
I
the
hate
right
it
button
when
roll.
the pitch is wrong. There we go. I was not expecting any visitors today.
Indeed. Yet we come to bear you greetings, traveler. Can we offer you anything? I don't know if you eat, but I brought some refreshment.
I do not require sustenance. However, it is a welcome distraction.
Good enough for me. And hand him things. Lovely things. Lovely distracting things.
You hand him things. What is your name?
I'm called Seth.
I am Archilicus.
Archilicus. Is this your god?
Yes, he was.
I'm sorry. Who was he?
Cerebus was a god of thought and exploration
Ah.
in a world now long lost.
Oh.
And yet you still explore with him.
I have all eternity to move on to further activities. I feel that not sufficient time has passed to require my leaving his side.
I respect that.
He looks over the items that you brought over. This is a generous and thoughtful gift. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
How many crew your vessel?
1, 2, 3, 4,
6.
5, 6. Yes. 6.
You see him clutch a medallion that he's wearing. How many victims are on board? Thank you, Thomas. And holds up a hand.
Saw that.
Thomas.
Polishing goof.
The hand begins to glow, and then you and everyone on the ship feel a warming glow for a second.
Ooh.
That warming glow fades the same time the glow on his hand fades. I have seen fit to return a minor boon as best that I can. Good luck with your travels.
Thank
The
you.
astral sea is infinite, but so are possibilities, and we may meet again.
Indeed. I rather hope we do. In the meantime, all the best to you in your travels and your remaining exploration.
Okay. And you head back to the ship.
And immediately give the names to some database somewhere.
Start
Because the ship's
scrolling them
recorded.
down quickly just to make sure they
Scrolling
don't
down
get lost.
before
Yeah,
Each of you has
that was really
And-
cool.
extended divine favor. It will not interfere with the casting of the normal divine favor spell. However, it means once at any future point of your choosing, and its duration is permanent until used, so literally once at any future point.
once ever.
After the determination of all modifiers to a die roll have been determined, you can roll an additional 1d4.
Nice. That's a cute little thing. So no, he doesn't need to eat and drink, but he said it was still a nice welcome distraction, and I recount the story of, who he was and what he said, so on and so on.
Yep.
We just got
I would've
buddy
really-
with a solar. That's cool.
It's
Wow.
also like a pretty good story or poem if anybody were, a writer, the
Yeah.
solar of dead god of exploration exploring the astral sea. I mean, that's just poetic.
Yes, it is.
I mean,
Sad, but
Pretty cool.
yeah.
Poetic.
I mean, it's still. But, well, hopefully he enjoys the chopped cheese and the wine. So.
and apparently one solar is
Everybody
enough to keep
enjoys
God
chopped
alive.
cheese.
I guess they don't count as
Cheese.
followers or believers.
Chopped cheese.
No, they're servants. They're neither a
Alright.
follower nor a believer. They are a servant.
Wow, that's so sad.
It's, yeah.
He's just still going through, basically a proper period of mourning, as best I can figure.
Yep. Yeah. I mean. Whew.
He said, "I wasn't expecting, visitors today. I didn't bother to ask how long it's been since he's run into anybody."
Well, time is
I don't even think I
Very
want to know
long.
the answer to that. I don't think I even want to know the answer to that.
Yeah, that's kind of.
He's being very stoic about the whole thing.
I mean, at least we gave him
A distraction, like you said.
a brief.
A small diversion.
Yeah. A bright spot. I
Exactly.
feel pretty good about that.
Yeah. That's worth doing sometimes.
All right. Everyone who is fishing, give me a.
Hi, guys.
Survival?
Yeah, give me a survival check. I know there is actually the way to do the skill now, but
I think it is survival. Starting off good.
Get those ones out of the way now. That's not how it works with you,
Are
is
we
it?
going to start with that again?
1 in 8,000.
Bloody hell. No, please, no, not again.
time to get
That's-
time to get another one in
That's your-
8,000.
That's your new name, not just 1 in 8,000 silence.
So Noctis did not even catch a break.
Not just hooked himself and got all tangled.
And Maeve managed to catch a rather large fish, like enough that it's large enough that Gordon's going to be able to make, a meal for the entire crew out of it.
Yes, nice catch, Maeve.
I said Noctis caught a boot.
I probably caught the ship.
Caught the ship.
Got the shit.
Yeah.
With a roll of a 1, I don't think you could even catch the ship.
I look at
Caught
the
a
I
fish
look at the
big
I
enough
look
for
at the
dinner.
big old fish.
Yay!
I look at this big old fish. Oh,
I
we're
hope
eating
it's space
sashimi tonight,
tuna.
kids. Oh, this
I
is the
hope
good
it's
stuff
space
too.
tuna.
Okay, so you continue on your way.
Yeah.
Eventually reaching your destination.
Okay.
And with everything that I put in, you would have thought I would have built this part.
Expectations are for
There's always
suckers.
something. I mean, come on, technology. That's just the way it is.
All right. So you've reached Thangeria, and
Is that where we were going?
that's where you were going.
Yay! You gotta check these things.
And there's a reasonable sized like pier and coastal village, which is where you were headed, but your ship doesn't actually land there. You have to kind of like come down a short distance away,
Uh-huh.
in part to not scare the locals, and also in part because your ship can't land on the water.
We don't have one of those yet. I can.
Yeah,
So
we'll work on it. I'll think of something.
I mean, the advantage you have is your ship can land anywhere where there's land. So
Right.
it's
Right.
a toss up. So the ship comes down and lands, in a bit of a valley, and the crew is given the name of a contact by the captain to head out into town in order to look for the contact, attach floaties to the legs, and you're golden.
I was actually kind of thinking something along those lines, like inflatable booties. They'd have to be really big, but
They have to be inflatable large enough to hold up several metric tons.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
That would be
That's a lot
Without
of
tipping.
inflatable. Basically, you would just need a barge to land on at that point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which I mean technically is possible, but that's some tricky flying. And your current pilot, the captain, is good, but not that good. So, settle down in a valley. You are given the name of of the contact, Mason Rogers, and that is who you are supposed to try to sell all of the fish
pigs.
to, or all of the pigs to.
Okay. All right. Go.
All right.
We need
Did I not make that map? So you make it into town.
In the town.
And you find Mason Rogers. He is a scruffy-looking human, in well-made clothes, but obviously they are a bit older. His hair is slightly unkempt. His appearance is slightly unkempt. He has a bit of a tick to him that suggests that he is constantly thinking about the thing he's doing 30 minutes from now rather than the thing he's doing
I think
now.
it's stressing him out and causing him to be unkept. Yeah.
Right.
He looks a little stressed.
However, he also looks like, in that, someone that is able to keep everything together and functional and just in a constant state of mental juggling.
Talk
I'm
about somebody
sorry,
that
guys.
needs a
I gotta
drink.
take an emergency bio.
No worries.
Talk
So,
about somebody that needs a drink.
right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So, so you've been able to acquire the 60 heads.
Yes. Yes, we have.
Excellent. Do you have a way to get them into town, or do you need to acquire a wagon?
Chaz
Uh,
needs a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna need a wagon, right? Yeah.
Do you need a driver, or do you have one?
You better send a driver.
And that sounds reasonable.
I mean, it's just,
Okay. So he agrees to meet you back at the ship in 30 minutes. You give him the directions. And
Note to self, pick up wagon driving capabilities.
I mean,
Seems to
it's
come up.
sometimes helpful. So you manage to get someone to come in, pull the pigs, and when he shows up with a pair of wagons and a pair of drivers for said pair of wagons, he is on one
Pair,
wagon.
that's what we did wrong. We tried to squeeze them all into
All
one.
in one.
Yep.
My bad.
I mean, to be fair, you did with with what you had.
Yeah, we did. As we always will.
Sorry, guys.
No worries.
Ah,
All right.
You're fine. All right.
We're getting gremlins.
diabolical
Actually, it was a pep
sabotage.
keg.
That's a pep keg.
Hey, I might as well admit it.
Do it. Oh, not do it.
I mean, admitting things while you're being recorded and streamed live isn't always the smartest idea.
That
He's not at all
that's true.
paranoid. Not
That's
even a
true.
little bit.
Yeah.
Additionally, on the ship, or on one of the two
Wagons?
wagons,
Yes. Wagons are good.
you see a large gift gentleman.
Do I need to do a nature check for the pigs?
No, he has one of his wranglers taking care of most of the work.
Oh, okay.
He's got this.
Okay.
You see a large gift gentleman. He is actually very well dressed. Better dressed than your contact was,
Okay.
just to put things into perspective. I will drop this up onto the glider because that's pretty much where everybody is at the moment.
All right.
And you all have characters there. So you are all up here on the deck, helping to unload pigs down. I mean, you're not floating through space, but other than that, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
And the gentleman that you see is, there it goes. Looks like this.
There he is.
A well-dressed,
Wow.
a
Snazzy
well-dressed
indeed.
GIF or perhaps GIF gentleman, carrying a walking stick, although it is definitely a walking stick of the type carried for gentlemanly purposes, not for injury purposes.
Huh. Correct.
Right.
Yes.
He does have a lute strung on his back, as well as he is festooned with flintlock pistols.
Ooh.
Yes, festooned with the
Yes.
pistols. I wonder how he and our gift gentleman would get along.
Oh, they seem to just nod happily at each other as he comes up. And he goes, "Good evening. I'm assuming that I'm talking to Captain Zerneska and crew of the Wandering Glider. Yes?
That is correct.
Righto. Well, my employer has asked that I bring you to a conversation to discuss the possibility of further employment for the crew."
Very well then.
Keeping in mind, Captain
Sounds
has
good.
final say on
Yeah.
that, but further employment is nice.
All right. Captain looks at you and goes, "You guys go and handle that. I'll
Okay.
finish up the business here, and then you can come back and tell me what the deal is."
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Captain.
Lead on.
All right. So, you're going to have a bit of a trip with this individual. So if you want to talk to him a little bit while you're on your way, that is a thing you can do.
I really respect the Jabbo, is it? Do I have the right word?
Yes, yes, you do. That's the Jabbo. Cyan.
Excellent.
I tried to be fashionable.
It's very snazzy.
After the a little bit of a trip, you are taken to what looks to be a compound. This is common for companies, either if they have a number of workers for import-export, or if they have a number of workers for textiles or for plantations or whatever. It's not uncommon for them to have small fortifications of company-owned area, just for protection, if nothing else. Like it's not something that would be inherently suspicious.
Well,
Do we look inherently suspicious to you?
I'm just saying, players are two things: murder hobos and inherently suspicious. So,
I guess that we only
well,
murdered
yeah.
half of the thugs last time.
along the trip, he has explained, if no one else asked, that his name is Dalton Doyle, and that he is the bodyguard and major domo for one of the larger, more powerful merchant families in the area. And he is taking you to meet the current head of that family, a gnome named Zamilla Glitterdrop.
No.
The gnome.
Yes.
Give me a investigation check, Gordon. And only
Right.
Gordon.
And only Gordon.
Right.
Right, because he's in the gnome.
Oh.
Oh,
I promised I wouldn't do this, but Harry.
Also, Chris, thank you very much for the follow.
Okay, rolling and what was that?
I only have one version of not taking things seriously.
Are
know what?
we all rolling
Nope.
intelligence?
Nope.
This is just me. I'm gonna do it. I'm officially doing the built to win.
Go for it.
So it's another D4 flat, right?
Correct.
Well, 17 all total.
17 all total. To your knowledge, they are legitimate businessmen. They're not involved in any nefarious activities that you are familiar with.
Okay. Yes. I know where you're going about that. Oh, hey, Deuce.
Yeah.
That built for success, since I'm allowed to use that basically twice between long rests, should I put that in the built for, should I put that in resource 1?
You can put it in a resource slot, absolutely.
Yeah, let's do that.
Look at
It
you.
just makes it
handling your
easier to
own
keep track of.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Good, it's in, no problem.
Yep.
Okay.
Add a D4 to one attack roll, ability check, saving throw roll you make, and you can do so after seeing the D20, but before the effects are resolved. You do this a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus, and you regain all expended usage when you finish a long rest.
Nice.
Okay, so they're not mafia.
As far as you know,
Or at
yes.
least-
They're
as
not
far
part
as
of the
I know,
gnomish
they're not
mafia.
Yeah, we know how much I hate mafia.
Okay. So, if you would mind coming along with me, and he leads you into this building here.
And we go into this.
You're
building
actually
here.
moving. Okay.
And leads you into a dining area.
Oops.
There we go.
I appear to be standing on a table.
It's fine.
It happens.
It's just the way squares are set up. It's no big deal.
So, the other individual that you see in here, that would be Zamilla Glitterdrop. She is perfectly
there she is.
dressed in the most recent gnomish fashion. She is sitting at the table rather than standing on it, as her token would suggest. And she has an air of aristocracy about her. She appears to be very well kept. She is very very socially minded, and you can see that like every single physical action she takes is almost like a programmed deliberate response. She is someone that has been groomed for activity to a point where it's impossible for her to move without moving in the way that has been groomed, so her moves all look somewhat robotic.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that while we were walking here, if our escort was talking about her, we would have covered things like proper greetings and honorifics and so on.
She either Miss Glitterdrop or Lady Glitterdrop is fine. As she is a landowner. She is the owner of a number of properties and also some fairly large import-export, as well as having her own ship fleet.
Okay.
So, a decent amount of funds.
And knowing she's a gnome, I would have tried to come in the door not too much taller than her, because I don't want to be rude.
Okay. You can do that easily enough. For Maeve, it happens pretty much automatically.
Good day, Lady Glitterdrop.
A good day. As she turns back to Dalton, she goes, "These are the..." Yes, Lady Glitterdrop. This is part of the crew that you had requested. She was like, "Good. I have heard such good things about your ship and your captain."
The captain is amazing.
And in fact, an amazing captain with an amazing crew is exactly what I am in need of at this time. So I am hoping that you will be able to assist me. I am a woman of standing and means. My family have been so for generations. However, this area is limited in what further business prospects can occur. So I had intended to move our principal activities from here to the Rock of Brawl.
Oh. Ooh.
And about 10 years ago, we put a substantial amount of family holdings onto a treasure ship called the Dawn Valkyrie, with the express purpose of having it forward a number of documents and items of wealth to a banking establishment on Brawl, so that upon arrival, we would have immediate funds available.
Of course.
Unfortunately, the Dawn Valkyrie never arrived. As sometimes is the case in the Astral Sea, the ship was lost. Its exact whereabouts unknown. After it left the wild space of this world, no one knew what had happened to it. Surprisingly, it has been found. It was seen adrift, and its location reported to me about 5 days out from this wild space. Now, spacefaring crews being what they are and notoriously superstitious, it is difficult for me to ask any of my own ships and my own crews to board a lost vessel to try to recover my property.
Naturally.
Additionally, I can't trust anyone else from here because if they're not working for me, they are generally working for my competitors.
Right, and have competing business concerns, of course.
Rival business interests.
Right.
So, as
we need
you
to go
are
salvage treasure.
exactly, as you are outsiders, you are a perfect choice, and as you are from a ship of some repute, I would expect that you will have less qualms about boarding a lost ship than the locals would. Which means we come to the part where I am willing to discuss terms for the recovery of
As he searches for the name of the ship in his notes.
No, as the document that's here isn't the most recent version of the document, which means I closed it without saving it at some point and don't have the copy. So it's good that I knew what I was planning to do because that sucks. Okay. Mistake on my part.
So just to make sure
I'll be
I've understood the timeline correctly, the ship got lost 10 years ago when you tried to send out the deposit and was recently found.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure I understood that correctly.
And
Well, I'm up for it. How about you guys?
It's definitely something that is of the utmost speed because I can't guarantee that the location of the Dawn Valkyrie has not been reported to other
Yes, of course.
people as well.
Lady Glitterdrop, may I ask a couple of questions?
Of course.
Okay. Just to remind myself, the report of the location was 5 days ago?
No, it is 5 days out. The report of the location was 2 days ago.
Pardon me. What make of ship? What?
It's a galleon. It is in fact an air galleon. It is an airship. Thus, it is capable of hovering or traversing the water or sailing through the astral sea.
Nice.
Interesting. Okay. It was reported, but because of, I'm assuming at any rate, because of circumstances you'd mentioned earlier, no one took a flyby, could report if anything was on it.
Correct. As far as I know, no one has been that close to the vessel.
Only close enough to identify it.
Yes.
And you would be able to provide last known location. I'm not asking for it now. I want to make that abundantly clear. I know that is not the way of things.
I can give you the location for the ship. Specifically, I can give you something that you can navigate towards easily that would be able to make it possible for you to find the ship. Yes.
5 days out. Sorry. You need recovery of the cargo, assuming that's possible.
Specifically, there is an arcane lockbox in the vault. That lockbox has in it documents and items of exceptional value, and that while there are other items of wealth and value on the ship, that lockbox is worth more than the ship and everything else on it combined, and thus I need that lockbox returned.
Right. Okay.
So if we take the job, you also give us a good description of said lockbox to ensure that we can locate the correct one. Okay.
That's
all right. So you're asking primarily for that. Anything else?
If you can find out what happened to the ship and or the crew, obviously information is preferred. There is some information. There is some preference amongst the locals for bodies available for burial rather than bodies lost at sea. If it's possible to return the crew, I'm not necessarily asking you to I'm not making it a part of the contract for you to transport 50 corpses for 5 days.
Okay.
If it is something that you are capable of doing, we will consider a bonus upon arrival, probably with donations from the families. But if it's not capable, even just being able to confirm loss of all hands or not, if they are recoverable.
Well, the recovery of the vessel itself, again, assuming possible.
I mean, if possible, certainly. If you can manage to crew the vessel back, then I would definitely give you an additional hefty sum for the ship. Air galleons. You can
never get anybody to crew it again.
I could, at worst case.
Depends on what happens.
I could, at worst case, sell the ship to another distributor from another wild space whose crew wouldn't recognize the name.
Fair enough.
But if even doing that, we'd still need to recover, I would assume, aside from primary objective, probably a significant amount of their cargo.
Honestly, everything else is, 20, 30,000 gold value tops. The ship is probably worth 100. That lockbox is worth $250,000.
Okay.
So I need the lockbox returned.
Okay.
Anything else, we can discuss percentages for, but the lockbox, first and foremost, is of greatest value. To which I am prepared to pay the crew, and your captain controls how this gets divvied up. That's not my business. I am prepared to pay the crew of the Wandering Glider 7,500 gold for the return of the lockbox, an additional 2,500 gold if the Dawn Valkyrie can be returned as well.
As player tries to mental math, what 2% of total value of recovered items?
That's 10,000 that you're getting paid off of recovering 350,000.
Okay.
So that is...
Player who knows absolutely nothing about these things says, yeah, sure, that sounds like a totally normal number.
That's 2 or 3%, which is a little bit low, but also not an insulting number.
This is just the autonome and his really gig head thinking. It does also get us exposure/contacts.
Yeah, establishing a powerful business contact is also a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not ultimately we do have to bring this to the captain.
Yeah, captain usually negotiates final terms anyway, doesn't she?
Well,
Yes.
normally, but that also has to be done on site, which means she's trusting you to do that for her.
She's trusting us to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fair.
Is it is it normal for a lady gnome of such stature to expect any kind of haggling, or is it
Absolutely.
expected? Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah, there is no business.
Proper...
If the business deal is shook on the first offer, it's generally suspicious.
It's insulting. It's suspicious or insulting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I get the etiquette here right. I as a player, I wouldn't know any of the numbers for haggling or anything like that. So
Can we get it up to 15?
Well, what you need to do is just give me a persuasion roll. Because
Okay.
in my notes that I no longer have, I actually came up with this wonderful formula for
Okay.
an open-ended roll to determine how high it works. But basically,
Okay.
the better your persuasion roll total, as she rolls a 19,
Seth. 23.
the better your persuasion roll total, the higher she is willing to go up.
Gotcha.
Now,
Okay.
Seth, we can do better, but I prefer not to push too hard. Again, we're looking at contacts. Maybe
We're looking at establishing the contact, and yeah,
right.
no problem.
I'm gonna say, and hopefully the captain will, slap me upside the head for this. If we can do 10 and 5 for the ship, basically, if we can bump each level up 25, I would ask for. In that case, I would ask for maybe try for 12,000 and 8,000. And then we'll see if we can get it to that 10 and 5.
I'm just going to rely on the GM system and his rolls.
Yay! But it's good
You
conversation.
You go ahead and role play.
Right.
And me the player not understanding any of this stuff is just relying on the system.
Fair.
You in
Nothing
fact,
against
You're much better with the charisma, which is why
Yeah.
I'm saying this to you.
you in
I'm
fact
acting like an accountant. I'm a
get
short
her
accountant
up
for God's
to
sake.
10 and 5
Mhm.
with a 1,000 gold piece advance
Ooh.
to
Didn't
cover
even expect
expenses.
that.
There we go.
That's kinda-
Money.
And
don't
more
have
importantly,
1,000 gold in
sounding
here.
like a competent handler,
Yes.
which,
Well,
you know,
with
as
a
a
roll of
business mogul.
with a roll of a 23, very competent, and that's a roll of a 23 without being skilled. So
Yes.
we
So
look
as-
forward to you
as a
picking up that
business
skill.
mogul,
It's
the
actually
respect
too
point.
bad she couldn't do a 2K advance, because then it'd be 13 when we reached. I'm sorry, Star Wars.
Nice.
I had to do it. So sorry, kids. Anyway.
All right. So,
Ooh,
All right.
Gold pieces.
any other
There-
questions?
Ooh,
Any other
nice.
questions, conversations, or information that you want to get from either Zamilla or Doyle before we leave?
On the way,
Anything.
maybe on the way back, speak to. Well, actually,
Can we borrow Doyle? Will Doyle come with us so we can have an
Nope.
extra shooter? Nope.
Well, okay, I
That is
guess
not Doyle's job.
No. I
That
guess
is
I'd
not
ask
Doyle's
if
job.
the ship has any particular history.
I mean, it is a treasure ship, which also is a bit of a cruiser, so it has some passenger capabilities as well. I mean, it was a top ship of the line of its day. It's just been missing for a decade.
Was
Aside from having business competitors, do you have any idea who would have been most likely to cause some interference with your shipment based off of what they would have known about it? In other words, any clue of what we might run into based on your own connections?
See, we at first thought it might have been pirates, because if pirates found out that much was being sent on a
Of course.
on a vessel, then it would be a prime target. But we haven't heard anything. You would have thought that the pirates would have either taken the ship or scuttled it, and neither of those were the case.
I was going to say, and did anyone get close enough to notice whether there was damage on the outside of the ship?
From my understanding, there was some damage, but it was still functional
Okay.
in appearance.
Well, sounds
So
like we'll
it
be able
moved to this
jam it
location while it
back.
was still functional and then stayed there,
Yeah,
as far
except
as we
that
know.
the area had been searched and it had never been seen, and then now it's back.
did
This is a goofy question, but
This
Did
is
anyone
this
happen
is
to
what
report-
sailors refer to as a ghost ship.
I was going to say, goofy question.
Still not afraid.
But did the person who reported seeing it report whether it was what direction it was facing, as though it were leaving or coming back or anything like that?
No, unfortunately
Okay.
not.
Just curious. Helps my
It's
imagination.
just one of those astral sea mysteries.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right.
Righty.
All right. Seems fine with me. What do you think, guys? Wait, I gotta go through the chat because I haven't looked at the chat for a while.
I was basically just threatened by one of my players that if I was pulling an Event Horizon on them, I'd never be forgiven.
Oh.
So I am going to point out the first encounter, I had 4 people who all messaged me going, wait, you're running this from this episode of this show / movie, because I used a Western trope so popular that everyone was familiar with it, but from different sources.
Yep.
And now I'm running the Ghost Ship, a trope slightly less well known, but equally popular. And I have 4 different encounters. Like,
more than 56 played mistaken identity.
Oh, not again!
Oh, wait, I have a card for this.
There is no card that fixes mistaken identity. You're done. I have like 4 different encounters that are prefabbed tabletop RPG encounters that use this exact trope, and I just had to decide how much I wanted to borrow from any one of them, and if I wanted to go as far as to have the ghost ship be a literal ghost ship and trope the trope with a trope and just have you fight ghosts.
No, I don't want to. We don't have enough fire for that.
In fact, as we walked away, I was not going to say this to the lady, but, to my fellow crew members, I'm like, I mean, I'm not superstitious, but I do expect to fight dead people.
Yeah, so do I.
Yep.
Superstition's got
I have a
nothing to
spell
do
for
with
that.
it.
I don't have a spell for ghosts.
Well, ghosts are still considered undead, so.
Right.
In most
Oh,
cases.
yeah.
Oh, shoot. I wrote it
Forgot her name
down.
already.
Now I lost.
Zamilla?
Yeah, I do
Zamilla
have
Glitter
another
Drop?
question for the lady.
Glitter
Yes, thank you.
Lady Glitter Drop.
Glitter Drop.
I love their names.
Were your plans known at the time?
They weren't secret, but they weren't openly expounded upon either.
Right.
So there would have been some within my company who would have known. But, and honestly, none of my local competitors would have stopped me from trying to ship some of my activities off world. It would have given them an advantage.
That would have given
That's fair.
Right.
That's completely fair.
Lovely.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions, concerns, crew?
No, I think that about covers.
Fine with me as well.
Okie doke.
Very well, we accept.
You accept. She has Dalton. She waves like this, and Dalton goes over to a box and pulls out 10 small bags, each with 100 gold in them. As
Just like randomly in a drawer.
Yeah, there's just literally just a box of
Pocket change.
bags of pocket change. Right.
Petty cash.
Petty cash.
Yeah.
Shades of train spotting.
Their petty cash receipts start at 100 gold and just
They
go
don't
up
bother
from
to
there.
calculate from below that. It's not worth it.
It's not. So, armed with your 1,000 gold, you get to go back to the ship and now have this conversation with the captain.
Wait. So on the way back,
Uh-huh.
like, okay, guys, are we placing bets? Internal corruption or betrayal? Pirates? Other weird? Any other categories?
I say weird.
Any other categories you want to put up there? Start the betting.
No, crews don't typically turn. I've got to go with other weird.
Yeah, I've got to go with weird. I got.
Because the fact that it's here at all. I mean, it could be here and empty. We don't know yet. But it's at least here, which if someone else is going to steal everything on it, why not steal the ship and sell it black market really far away? Or something like that. So, or rename it or something.
Yeah.
So...
Got 3 gold on weird.
All right, we can get back to the ship now.
All right,
It's just
yeah.
a conversation I had to have.
Now keep it in mind, the advance cash, we've got to give that to the captain. She'll spread it out amongst us later.
Right.
That's how it works.
I know.
So,
I know.
on your
Yeah.
way back, Seth,
Yes.
you are walking past a well, and you see the water of the well and the blue sky above. So you see the blue on blue.
Yeah.
And as you gaze into the blue on blue for a moment, your vision shifts, and the small area of blue on blue becomes a massive world-spanning ocean under a blue sky.
Does this normally happen?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Important
And
question.
you hear the voice of your patron.
Yes.
Because as you stare into the fathomless blue on blue on blue.
Yep, there it goes.
FIS Literary tends to talk to me this way. Got it.
Right.
Some things have been claimed
By others
and are no longer
of this world.
Good to know. Right. I think you were right about the weird. And that's usually what he does. Just say something and go, right?
I mean,
You can ask questions,
Oh, okay.
but like there's a little bit of back and forth that goes on when you talk to your patron. But
Okay.
but this is definitely your patron trying to give you some information
Oh, okay, okay.
or
So-
requesting you to do something.
Right. So the ship has been messed with by more than pirates, is what you're saying.
there is one who is using the ship, and that one belongs to,
One like me
Oh,
and that one
is trying to escape
Trying to reach
a different reality.
to not deal with consequences.
hence the ship moving. It's trying to use the ship.
It had claimed the ship
Many years ago,
and has utilized it in many
times, many places, but now
It is trying to hide from responsibilities.
it is trying to
escape.
from things.
That it has angered.
Oh. Running away from his boss, huh?
Cornered
Mortals
are always at their most dangerous.
For this reason, you should
Expect that there will be
some
Complications with this operation.
Thank you. I mean, at least
the
agents
ripples on the
work.
water
Yeah.
cease. And
Okay.
it becomes a perfectly smooth pool yet again.
We can't even tell if
You guys don't even know anything.
staring at anything.
Nope.
Just stop moving.
You guys don't even know anything happened.
All of that literally happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
That
Like
makes sense.
you saw her stop and look and get the weird. I'm having weird happen look, but aside,
Whatever
which
that
is
looks like when I have no face.
which I was about to say is a lot harder to detect when the person doesn't have a face
Yeah.
to begin with.
No face.
But basically, she just stopped and she stared at a thing, and then went okay, And that's about all the information you
Okay,
guys
yeah,
have.
like literally. Okay.
So are you gonna
Right.
tell the captain what your patron said, Seth, or are you gonna keep it
Hey,
to
I
yourself?
haven't even told you guys yet. So,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what the
My
heck was
patron
that?
said their ship is full of cotton candy.
I don't eat sugar. I'm a cat.
Okay then.
yeah. So, right,
That's all
where
cotton
were
candy
we?
is.
Walking towards the ship. Yeah, okay.
Yep. Okay.
Seth,
So you make it back to
what
the
the hell
ship.
was that?
Boop, boop.
No, we can keep talking. It's cool. It's
Okay, keep talking.
yeah, no, it looks like Maeve's right about. The good news is that I'm pretty sure at least some of the things we're going to interact with are mortal. But yeah, I don't expect the ship to be abandoned.
She's wrong about the mortals.
Okay.
Well, at least we
you
know one
noticed-
of them is mortal.
You
No,
noticed
no.
how?
Have fun, Jet.
I did. Little birdie told me. Little squiddy. Little squiddy told me. Yeah, that's good. That sounds about right. Yeah, I don't worry about it. It's cool.
Yeah, I think that's the right way of putting it.
It's
Yes.
cool.
Right.
Hey, Morden, you know those moments that you and Ace hate when I talk to the
Bugger!
chat while I'm
As he
muted to
talks to
Discord?
chat.
Yeah.
Now they get to do it. I was just saying, literally, hey, Morden, you know that thing that you hate that you and Ace hate when I talk to chat while I mute to Discord? Now you get to see it from the other side.
Lassie wants no part of that.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, who was it that played the mistaken identity earlier? Was that Morden?
It's
It
probably
might have
Morden.
been.
There may have been a couple of those.
Morden? Fess up.
Ooh. Okay, so you make it back to the ship.
Yep.
Yeah, we are on the deck.
Okay.
And
So-
report to the captain.
All right.
What the heck?
What the deal is.
Oh, here she is. Go ahead.
Captain!
Yeah.
So, the lady did indeed have a job for us.
Okay.
It's going to be a good way to establish contact if we can pull it off. She wants us to recover some valuables and possibly the ship they were on, ship that she lost.
Okay.
She had used it to transport some valuables for an operation she was doing to try to move her operation.
All right.
And the ship went missing about 10 years ago and has recently been found.
So we're
But
going
no
after
one
a
got
ghost ship.
close enough.
Yeah,
I mean-
going after a ghost ship.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, I'm not superstitious. I don't think ghost is exactly the maybe some other kind of weird interdimensional. Anyway,
Good one. Good job, Seth.
yeah, no problem. But I mean, yeah, it might get a little interestingly non-mundane, perhaps, potentially, likely.
Okay. So what's the payout?
Yes, I tell her whatever the payout was because the player has no
Big
short-term.
pay for the recovery of the lockbox. Additional 5 if we can manage to recover the ship.
Another
And
Even more if we can
and
recover
she's
the crew
advanced
corpse.
to
And we brought back Advance.
Fate point for Ari,
Yay! Thank you.
because Morden
Thank you,
wants to
Kat.
protect the one person that's in the other campaign with him. After playing the
Yes,
card
yeah.
to the other 3.
Oh, thanks, Mort. I thought you liked us.
So
Such a stupid way of
As
saying
far as I can tell, I still don't have any fate points anyway.
everybody has 1.
Mm-hmm.
And who got the one from the end of the last adventure?
Noctis.
That was
Noctis.
Noctis.
So
having
Noctis
his
currently
brain
has
twice.
Noctis currently has 2, and Ari currently has 2.
Okay, cool.
And I will make a total tokens later.
Yeah.
Okay, so you inform her that it is 10,000 for the recovery of the lockbox. It is 5,000 if you can recover the Dawn Valkyrie, and an advance of 1,000, and you give her the 10 bags, and then she gives each of you, and then also Reginald. No. Names.
Yeah.
Archibald.
Yes.
1 bag. So you each have your share of the advance, which is 100 gold. And she gives you each your payment for the last job, which is 150 gold. Which kind of puts into puts into perspective how much more valuable this job is than the last one that you
And
just
transporting pigs?
did. Yes.
Yeah, I should say going after a ghost ship would be more costly than
I mean,
transporting 60 swine.
probably not ghosts. Exactly.
Yes, I know, it's other weird shit. Hey, remember, I voted and betted on weird shit.
You did, and I believe you are going to be correct, mate. I have reason to suspect. I have reason to suspect that you are correct. Just amoeba things.
Okay. So, we're actually going to take our midpoint break a little bit early. We're about 15 minutes early, but that's good.
Yeah.
And that puts us right about, because then we'll be able to go from here into the next scene. If anybody, so everybody has 250 gold worth of, you have 250 gold, period. If you have anything that you wanted to buy before you leave this planet, you can assume that you can get anything that would normally be available for a 10% markup. And also you, like if you needed like 100 gold piece gem for something, you could pick one up for 110, for example. You have 250 gold pieces to spend in case anybody doesn't spend that much time on their walkabout. I'm going to get up and I'm going to stretch, and then we will all be back in just a couple minutes where we will continue the fun, and chat can continue to talk to anybody that's here, and we'll all be back in just a minute. So, okay, bye. Break.
Okay. Break.
Okay.
Geotropian, thank you for the follow.
Done.
Ooh.
All right.
There's actually a button that says use Potter's tools.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so cool.
So I actually have to roll dice on whatever I make. That's
I mean,
neat.
it's more when you're using the tools for like different skill lists, skill checks, and stuff like that.
Right.
Oh.
In case it's something that you need to roll for. It's not an automatic. You do anything, you got to roll.
One of the best things about tool use is that it basically gives you advantage on a number of other items.
Okay. Like for example, in your case, oftentimes analyzing the structure of a container,
right,
would be a thing. Even like potentially like to look for false bombs or something, you'd be able to tell by weights and stuff like that.
That's interesting.
Just an example.
I never thought of that.
Just an example of something you might try to do with it.
You're a Potter, Harry.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good.
I would probably also see about collecting some various woods.
Okay. So you can working on your things during your downtime?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I would say
like a gold's worth or something.
Yeah,
or...
a couple golds just to, show up with some extra planks.
Yeah.
I don't have things I work on. I imagine I'm somewhat like Morph. If I've got nothing better to do, I sit there and like do shape shifts and funny voices.
Probably.
It's interesting that you can get like a couple pieces of wood for like just a couple gold. Because like if you're working on, I don't know, like knife blade handles or whatever around here, it's like good wood costs money.
Well, also, to be fair, in a medieval setting, good wood costs taking an axe 300 yards that way.
Right.
That's true. That
Right.
is true. Yeah.
Or paying
The
somebody
wood-
so that you can axe 300 yards
The point
out.
is,
Right.
the wood isn't all already owned by people with a lot more money than you. You can just go get it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So, therefore, if it is already chopped down by someone else, they can't really charge exorbitantly for it because they know you can just go do it.
Yeah.
So you're paying for
Okay.
not going and chopping it down, but that's about it.
Yeah. It's like paying for air, which, don't worry, will happen eventually.
Eventually.
Oh, goody.
Okay. So,
Air.
air. So everybody's
Air.
back. We have...
That reminds me so much of the rocks.
You guys are now ready to go, and you're going to be trying to hunt down a ghost
Someone who
ship.
doesn't know we're coming.
You have 4 days of long rests, sitting around, and generally healing.
Healing is good.
After the 2 weeks of sitting around, long rests, and generally healing.
Any more hobbies?
And complaining about the noise.
Yeah,
And the
the
smell.
noise of the pigs. Oh my gosh.
And cleaning up after
Noise
the
of 60
pigs.
I mean, to be fair, what you're doing
Actually-
right now is probably a lot of,
Cleaning up after the
swapping
pigs.
out that deck because you're cleaning up after the pigs. Because-
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm doing some of it. Like I said, I cannot breathe for prolonged periods of time.
Well,
I'm
I'm
a
actually
team
going to.
player.
I was actually going to ask the captain about spelljamming.
Okay.
Specifically, she's the only one that currently is doing it.
Yeah. Are you interested?
Yes.
Okay. We can.
And we're going to be doing a lot of it here.
Learning it's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind learning it too.
Spell jamming is pretty easy to transfer the helm. Basically, as long as the recipient has a unattuned slot, it can happen on basically an action. Both of you spending an action to switch ownership and attunement, rather than the normal hour it takes to reattune. If the current person who is attuned is not there and or is no longer available, vis-a-vis dead, it takes the normal hour of attunement. However, you can attune in a single action, as long as both parties are available.
As long as you're passing the baton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically just you have the comm. And so anybody that is interested in learning how to spell jam and has the ability to cast spells can learn how to handle the ship. When you are spell jamming, your entire body kind of goes numb, because your understanding of reality changes. You become more aware of just the ship and where the ship is and what's happening to the ship, and
You
less
basically
about
become
yourself.
the computer of the ship.
More or less, yeah.
The mind of the ship.
Brain chip.
You can extend out your thoughts to people or places that you are familiar with. And if they are currently in the astral sea, or if it is a wild space that is in the astral sea that you are specifically looking for, you know where it is. You know how far it takes to get there. The astral sea auto navigates by means of a spell jamming helm, which is important because things move around. So sometimes things will be farther or shorter because, to quote to quote a well-known writer director, distance moves at the speed of plot.
Right.
That's convenient.
Yeah. So sometimes maybe it'll take you 2 days to get someplace, and sometimes it'll take you 12. Nothing wrong with the ship, just things are different right now. But it also means you can't ever have the gotcha moment of trying to figure out all the triangulations of distances to everything.
Yeah, just don't do that.
Yeah,
not gonna
it's not
work.
worth it. It literally is designed so that it can't happen. So you are all going to have a little bit of time, which means it's probably going to take a little bit longer to make it out to the vessel. In part because you travel at ridiculous speeds while spell jamming, and then that's why you keep slowing down anytime anything gets close. You also have to slow down if you are switching who's manning the helm.
Sure. So that doesn't, so you won't smack into something while you're doing it.
Right. So while everybody is getting used to the spell jamming and the traveling of distances and the hoil and the thing, why don't we do one more random encounter check, but we'll use D8s this time. Because I like D8s. And because you guys rolled too many 6s last time.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't let me update it.
Noctis rolled a 6 and an 8.
So how
That's
are
weird.
we doing? A D10?
D8.
D8. D8. Okay.
Didn't roll one. I'm off.
And
8.
there's an 8. Noctis, roll me a 2-sided die, flip a coin, and if it's a 1, it'll be the 6, and if it's a 2, it'll be an 8. It is a 6. However, that means there's still an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a question. If I already have space vehicles under tool proficiencies, does that mean I already know how to spell jam?
No, it means that you know how to navigate a ship when you're probably, but also it means that you know how to navigate a ship when you're not spell jamming as well.
Okay.
Because there
But it
are some
probably
ships
also
that are
sounds at
too
least
small
familiar.
to. Yeah, there are some ships that are too small to spell jam.
Oh, there are traditional space moving.
Yeah,
methods of moving
like
things through
rowboats,
space.
jolly boats, stuff like that, or like boarding party type boats. They're too small for spell jammers.
And you can actually use oars in the Astral Sea.
What was that?
You can actually use oars in the Astral Sea.
Yes. It doesn't make sense that it works, but it works,
does.
and
Got
no
it.
one's sure why. Probably just because
Very well,
people
thank you.
think it works.
Yeah, that's a good reason. Totally legit.
Ah.
Random encounter. Somebody roll me a D100. Only the first person that rolls one is gonna matter. So everybody can fight over who gets it in
I'll
first.
do it.
Go for it.
Spaghetti spoo, spaghetti spear, spaghetti bath.
Perfectly mediocre.
Yep.
Copy. No, not.
I don't know why I have you roll, because then I always look at what you roll and I go, nah, I'm gonna do something else anyway. So
It at least gives you a starting point.
it does. Just a shame that you guys keep getting positive encounters rather than things I can murder you with.
I'm sorry.
I mean, challenge you with. That's what I meant. Challenge
We're
you with.
good.
No,
And
no,
you
it
guys
is
are good.
not. No, it is not. You rat.
We like good encounters. We like them.
Besides, I'm gonna call this
Happy
payback for 1 in 8,000 last
1 in 8,000.
week.
So
Random.
you see, we're gonna come back to this guy in a minute, so I'm just gonna make him invisible for now, 'cause he doesn't need to go away.
Right. Put my built for success back.
You see, a short distance away,
Oh, that's good enough.
a very
Is it-
angularly built vessel.
Angrily built, is that what you said?
Angularly.
Oh, okay. Don't get tired too early, Ari.
It has one large sail about a quarter of the way up the back of the vessel.
Okay.
And then you have 2/3 of the vessel, which looks like a very angular but rather normal looking ship. And then where most ships would have a beam for the prow,
Yes.
it instead has a giant giant gun barrel.
Nice.
Excuse me, a giant gun barrel?
Yes.
Right. So
Well,
we don't
that
line up
sucks.
right in front of it. Just
The
be on the
the
safe
front
side.
of the ship is a 140-foot long cannon.
I love it.
Single barrel, right? Not 7?
Yes.
Good. I was
Lar-
afraid
large-
we were going to have a warthog go moment.
No, large single barrel.
There you are. Aha! I think we're in the middle of a combat now, aren't we?
No,
No.
you're in the middle of a
Not yet.
conversation now. I didn't say the barrel was aimed at you. You just see a ship with a very, very big gun on the front.
That's...
Well, I was still doing downtime stuff. I was making clay dolls. Chia pets. Medieval
Is it-
We're
chia
not where we
pets.
were going yet, right?
No, not yet.
Okay.
This is along the way.
This is
This
a
is a random-
140-foot long cannon?
Yes.
All right, so it's got to be a belly mount. It's effectively a railgun. Well,
It's effectively a railgun.
Is this a gift ship? Is this a gift ship?
This is a gift ship.
gotta think it's a
This has
gift
got to
ship.
be a gift ship.
It's,
There's like no other option
it is
here.
a gift design called a bombard,
Okay.
and it is piloted
Right.
almost entirely by gifts.
It's
Or chips,
yeah.
depending on your preference.
I should
Yes.
have immediately thought, no, this is
Well, at least
This
they're
is
not
one of
pirates.
their,
Expecting.
I
yeah.
mean,
They're
not
this
pirates,
is one of the
right?
one of the revival caravans. Probably.
I mean, they might be, but it's also very likely that they're not. Generally, GIF are not pirates.
I didn't think GIF were pirates. They seem a little
mean,
too
They just like gun.
Anybody can be, but
Right.
little too
Yeah, no,
honorable and proper.
they-
we
Yeah,
can't be going to the
basically-
Dragon Homeworld haste because the first world has already been destroyed, and there isn't another one since then. At least until Wizards of the
Tuesday.
Coast releases their next source book at the end of the year.
That's the
The dragon
one,
homework
right?
got blown up.
According to established mythology within the game, all dragons come from what was called the First World.
Oh.
And the First World ceased to exist to make the Prime Material Plane happen. That is what the dragons believe.
Oh, so the first world blew up to make the Big Bang that made the rest of the universe.
Yes.
Nice.
I mean, according to the dragons, anyway.
Okay, so
Cocky little. So do we have a standard procedure when approaching another ship in the soup?
fly casual.
Fly casual.
Yeah.
Cool. Fly casual. Keep your eye out the viewport just in case.
Mhm.
As you get
And
to
modern-
around 300 or 400 meters away, you see, half a dozen cannons fire off in your direction, missing by, say, a good 80 or 90 meters.
Totally casual. Did they hit anything else that was near us or past us?
Everyone feel free to roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh,
Persuasion.
goody.
Okay.
Attributes.
I'm not even
Persuasion.
gonna bother.
Oh, I got a 14.
I
So
did roll
everyone but Gordon, who is now paranoid that the GIF went to blow up the ship, everyone else knows that this is how GIF captains say hello.
Okay.
Oh,
I figured it was something
like
like
the
that.
Mambari.
Yeah, they fire towards but behind or above a ship
Right.
so that you can't even accidentally steer into the cannon fire. It is to demonstrate that their barrels are now empty.
Aww. That's
Oh
sweet.
wow!
That's actually cool.
Does our barrel empty? Should we do that?
I mean,
Apparently, it would be polite.
you do have a ballista.
and it's not typically armed. 'Cause
Yeah.
if we leave
Now,
that thing
you could
armed
choose
too
to
long-
fire the ballista, and if you as a equal greeting, there's enough crew members to do it, and Archibald says that he can, make the tip
Proper
of
greeting aim.
he can make the harpoon on the ballista, the tip of it glow so that they can see the trailing shot, so that
Gotcha.
they know what it is.
Well, yeah. I mean, if Archibald thinks
Let's
we
do
should do
that.
it, I mean, it's
Yeah,
just his.
let's do that.
Yeah. Okay.
What do we need to roll?
In this case, you don't really need to roll anything because you're not actually trying to hit a ship. It's everyone. There are 3 actions that needed to be taken to fire a ballista, which is to load, to aim, and to fire. Archibald is going to be taking a 4th action, which is he is strapping some fireworks
Nice.
to the head of the ballista shot.
Okay.
And one of you just kind of like aims towards and behind the bombard, and he lights the fireworks, and then you pull the shot, and it streaks off away, and then and leads a trail of explosives that then go behind the bombard.
It's a fancy greeting.
Gordon's like this whole time. Oh fuck, we're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead. We're dead.
No.
You're wrong. They want to kill us. So as you get closer, you get a better look at the ship. There is a crew of about 60 GIF on the bridge of the ship, going about their normal duties.
Okay.
This is most definitely a war vessel, because pretty much all GIF vessels are. And you can see from here that literally the length of the barrel on this ship is the length of your ship.
Of your ship. Well, I'm glad we were friendly. Let's all be friendly, shall we?
You were talking earlier about putting in, Star Blazers into Spelljammer.
Yeah, this is the ship right
I'm just
here,
going to point out, if we ever do Star Blazers as an encounter, you guys will have to be on a bombard, because then you in fact will have a freaking wave motion gun.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought that's what ship we were going to get.
I mean, it's a possibility. I won't say no.
I think the GIF would take a little bit of offense that we affect. They might think that we stole one of their churches.
No, they're available for sale.
No, I doubt that. They don't seem like that at all.
No, that's fair.
I
but
think
still,
they would
no,
be
I'm
happy
not
to have
comfortable
other
with that idea.
people rejoicing in the wonderfulness that is.
Good lord, though, how many people will we need to crew that kind of thing?
I have no clue.
60?
60 is too many. That's
It
a
would be
lot.
required for that kind of a ship.
That's
It's
a
okay.
lot.
They're GIFs. They work for peanuts. I'll leave that.
Oh,
It turns around and fires. That's it. I'm done.
Harry, run! Just run!
We just lied.
I'll leave now.
All right. So
Where's Panchiki? He'd have loved that one.
you get close enough. You see that
Absolutely horrible.
the captain steps out onto the deck. He's just a big burly gif of a man. He brings up his meaty paw as a salute. And I think more than just fatigued everyone because of the quality of that joke, which I'm not going to say was wrong.
I mean, jeez.
It's almost like this.
The quote was, "Ari knows what she did."
Tonight, my friend.
There it is.
You're seriously getting some quality singers in.
Okay.
Now everybody has to go take a nap because
But yeah,
exhausted.
Morton is right. The minimum crew for a bombard is either 25 or 30. But anyway, so you see the captain come out, big burly man, white naval outfit, white hat. brings up a big paw up as a salute.
like this kind of
Yeah.
thing kind of thing. Is it normal to salute back, Arch?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
There are a few GIF on the deck, like when the ships both come within like 100 meters of each other. There's a few GIF on the deck that bang bang in the air. Archibald also bang bangs in the air. You guys pass each other with just massive amounts of lead flying everywhere.
Can I send up Eldritch Spark?
Absolutely.
That's a thing, right?
Yeah.
That'll be about the same thing.
Just fire off an Eldritch Blast or two into the sky.
I have.
Hopefully, by now Archibald has convinced me we're not all going to die. In which case, I'll fire off a couple of firebolts because yes, let's enjoy this.
Always helps to be friendly with people with big weapons.
Oh yeah.
I don't have fairy fire. I have guiding bolt. Oh.
Yep.
No, that's a prepped spell. Don't use that.
Yeah, don't use consumables. Don't use things you can use up. Just
Yeah.
Okay, and
they can see we're not a gift ship. It's cool.
with that out of the way, you guys now get close enough to the ship that you start to see it on the horizon.
After we've thoroughly rested from my bad joke.
After we're no, you're going to show up 5 hit points down. You've earned it.
I don't want to be 5 hit points dead.
Well, Ari knows what she did.
That's so unfair.
All right. So as you get closer, you see there is some surface damage on the Dawn Valkyrie, but not anything that you would expect would be crippling in any way. Possibly just, accidental, just it getting pulled within the air wells of other objects along the way.
Okay. Yeah, normal didn't steer out of the way of shit damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's not actually steering, those will happen.
Right. Because if it's just floating.
Right.
If it's not crewed properly, it's probably just floating.
Meteor pop.
Which map should I be seeing on screen right now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, most of that has been on the empty Starfield. We just did the whole thing with the bombard on here on stream, and you guys missed it.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I just toggled to the stream. It was fine.
Okay.
I toggle to stream occasionally anyway to check chat. So.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that as well.
So, this is what you see ahead of you. Just another vessel, and as you get closer and closer, the captain says, okay, we can get close, but that's a ghost ship. So I don't want our air pocket intermingling with theirs.
Fair.
So what I'm going to do, and she pulls out a 1 foot long by 6 inch by 6 inch wooden box.
Okay.
And she goes, this is what you're going to use to navigate over to the ship.
Lifeboat?
I know navigation tools, so what is it?
What she's handing you is literally a magic item called the folding boat.
Okay.
Yes.
Which Bacon seemed to already know. I never heard of it. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a little shuttle. I got it. Cool.
So as you get close, you will activate this map.
Oh, I don't have any vision in this scene.
Well, you know what? You can complain that I don't have characters on there yet, which keeps me from loading characters up, or you can give me a second to load characters up.
Sorry.
Sadie knows what she did.
Sadie knows what she did. Why is the characters lower than the... All right.
I don't need
Give
paddles,
me a
Thomas.
second.
I can swim through the astral sea.
Yeah, but the rest of us
There we
can't.
go.
I mean,
Yeah, I got a couple more levels where I can do that.
All right, so there's one.
that's me.
There's
Now I
two.
can see.
There's three. And there's four. Look at how well I made the little dinghy
Look
boat.
at that. Look at that.
So that you
It's
guys would all
4
fit and
squares
be
long,
centered
so we
and
can
everything.
fit. And
Crap.
Maeve, it looks like you're rowing.
And I do like I do like the effect of the soup. That's
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
That's a nice touch.
Soupy. It's so soupy.
Okay. So you guys are going to... Let's bring you up over here.
Okay.
This is a airship, which means it has a rudder in the back because it's designed for being able to fly in the air,
Right.
as well as sails.
For
So
flying.
you can either dock along the side of the main deck like here. Okay.
All right.
Which would be the easiest one to pull the boat up against because it'll be on the same gravitational plane. And then you just got to climb up the side of the ship. Or you can pull to where the fore or aft quarter decks are and have a higher, harder climb.
I'd prefer not to go that way.
All right. So let's say that we are going to put our dinghy right there. We lost our Ari somehow.
I forgot to stay in the
Doesn't
boat.
matter.
You know how it is.
It doesn't matter. Harry can swim.
Thank you, Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the oar. I'm on the outside of the oar.
I mean, literally, you can actually swim faster than the ship can move. Although you're probably also
can.
helping to move the ship. So,
Yeah.
I'm probably just like pushing it, you know.
so what you can see right
make,
now
make
is
my tentacles into like a little rudder in the back. It's kind of like
what
sitting
you
here.
guys can currently see is the areas of the ship that you can see as you approach, because this is
Okay.
the top deck. Like
Right.
the
Right.
wandering
I get it.
glider did a flyover without interacting the gravity bubbles at all, so that you guys could see the top and around the bottom of the ship and everything. You saw no damage. This is what it is,
And I assume we see no people.
and you see no people.
Yeah. I did not expect to see people out in the open.
Your basic understanding of ships is, and while this may change slightly, both quarter decks probably have weapons on them. The steerage for the airship and watership versions of the Dawn Valkyrie is probably on the aft quarter deck. The captain's quarters would be below the aft quarter deck on the main deck. The crew quarters would be forward on the main deck below the forward quarter deck. And the second deck would be the lower deck, which would be where passengers, the galley, a number of other things are. It is possible that the spelljamming helm is on that deck, or it is possible it's in the captain's quarters, or it's possible it could be in the vault, which would be an armored section of the hold, which is the lowest level of the ship.
Okay.
So that is, thank you, Thomas. So that it gives you a little bit of an overview. The bottom level is pretty much all going to be storage. The second level is all going to be a organizational and active level. And then the main deck is what is just in contact with the outside world.
All right. Well, we didn't see anybody on the outside. So here's the thing. I do not think the ship is deserted. So if we want to take it back, we're going to have to search the entire ship to find out who's here anyway.
Should we go from the quarters and then work our way down?
I mean, we'd be able to tell from the outside if there was anybody on the quarters before we even land.
I mean,
right?
by the time you get here, you're pretty sure there's no one here, or they would have responded to your ship closing.
Right.
Fair point. All right.
So if there's anyone here, they're literally just stowing away on it, but it's not like an entire crew probably. But someone, the impression I got from my informant was that someone is using the ship. Whether or not they're using it at this exact instant, I cannot be sure, but we don't want to try and take it anywhere until we're certain there's nobody here. Now, they may not be using it in the traditional sense, just so you know, but there may be somebody here.
Right.
So we should strategically and carefully and all together, and not splitting up the party.
Are you sure you don't want to split the party? I think splitting the party is a good idea.
I think
You can cover more ground that way.
You cover more ground that way.
No, we're not splitting the party.
So I would treat this as a potentially...
Split the party. You know you like making new characters.
Deuce with that maniacal grin, I swear to God.
It's not a maniacal grin, it's a goofy grin, which is probably scarier.
Folks,
So-
this is why I play. This is why I play these games.
Don't worry. You
So
got
I
another hour and a
would-
half of it coming.
I would
Oh, God, here we go.
as a potentially dangerous environment. As a matter of fact, I don't even know that I want to go hunting for the most valuables until after we're sure there's nobody to say, "Oh, look, you found something valuable for us."
Yeah. Sweep the ship.
Yeah.
Confirm no threat. Or deal with threat and then go from there.
or convince threat to leave, or deal with it by other means. Yes, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but I do have a question. What's the air quality like on the ship?
Oh, that's a fair point.
It is slightly stale, but it's not fouled. The air is fine. It's just musky. Oh.
Nothing's happened here in a while, so it's all like nothing's
Must
moved
be
through
like
air.
something bad in the galley of the Discovery. Sorry, I'm thinking 2010 here for a minute.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, it's just the air is it's stale, it's musky, it's old air.
Like a tomb that hasn't been opened in a while.
Yeah, exactly like that. It's breathable, but it's not fresh or well circulated.
Not especially pleasant,
But there's no penalties.
Right, there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, I see doors, so.
All right, let's go.
Who wants to open
make
up
sure
this?
that make sure our folder is well and truly secured. Actually,
Or do we
scratch
just
it.
refold it?
Bring it on and fold it in. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that we can deploy it from somewhere else if necessary.
Right.
Which one of you wants to have a foldable boat in your inventory?
Let's see. How much does it weigh?
How big is it?
It is a foot by 6 inches by 6 inches. It's magical.
I've
5,
got
10
like
pounds.
100 carry capacity left.
Yeah, it's still a bit big for me to carry around
Okay.
large objects.
Yeah,
That's with
I
my
can carry it.
squishiness.
Maeve said first, so she gets it.
Okay.
I can fold it.
Mavis a boat.
4 pounds. I can handle 4
Yep.
pounds.
Foldy boat.
Just a little box, 4 pounds.
Okay,
So now where do you go?
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
thinking check the captain's quarters first.
Let's go.
Okay. Normally on this vessel, you would expect the captain's quarters would be exactly where Noxus is standing.
Oh, okay. I had it backwards in my head. I thought it was.
Yep.
I thought it was the other way.
The door is locked.
Of course it is. Who has
Oh, the door's
lockpicking?
locked, is it?
The door is locked, is it?
Yeah. Well, let's see if me with my thieves' tools can do something about that.
Well, okay, I'm getting out the way then.
I'll also go ahead and check the other door.
Also locked.
Okay.
Ooh, good card. Good card. Happy card.
What sort of roll should I be using for this?
Morden. Since he does all the stealth rolls, he'll know.
Right. Yeah, lockpicking. Or I do have the tools, so.
Where are you? That you were seeing something on 13.
I'm in the middle, top to bottom of this deck,
Okay.
and
Where did the-
past the quote unquote doors on the right, I can see a whole
Really?
deck. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did I-
there's a
did I
spot
miss
of
a
light
wall?
there.
I did
You must
miss
have missed
wall.
a piece of wall.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna give it
Is
to
it like
you.
a half floor thing or a missing piece of wall, perhaps?
Yeah,
or-
I'm just gonna say that there's a missing piece of wall there.
Okay.
I know what I did. I didn't put in the wall where the because of the stairs.
Where the stairs are. That's why I was like, is it
screwed it
like a
up.
half deck thing where, are we actually seeing that or?
Because
Morgan
that
got
would
me
still be
figured
the
out.
stairs. Now I will still give you this other gap over here, so if you could see anything that
Okay.
you saw before, but if not,
Yeah, I
I'm
can.
gonna. You can? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then give me a perception check.
Okay.
And Gordon unlocks the door.
Oh, did I already?
Yeah, because you rolled your thieves tools check.
Right. Okay. I thought. Fair enough.
Yeah, it worked.
Cool. Okay.
And Seth sees looking through probably this spot here and seeing this guy here. As what I'm figuring. Okay.
Yes.
You see, just occasionally it comes into view and out of view, like it's moving around.
Okay.
But it's a small-sized creature. It's only a couple feet tall.
Okay.
But it has a wholly inhuman appearance. It has long sloping ears that come to jagged points. It has odd, gossamer wings. It has a spined tail. It's not like any creature you have ever seen before.
Okay. Is Reg facing me?
Nope. Probably underneath these stairs.
Okay.
I thought we were going through this door, not that over there.
Well, she saw a thing, so that's all she was commenting on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I can talk to him without really anything else terribly realizing I'm talking to him. I would make a few noises, but most things wouldn't know it was language. That's why I asked.
Yeah, you can get my attention with a couple
There,
clickers.
click, click. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we already have one of those communication
Yeah.
things. A little click, click.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'd at that point reach out to her mentally and it's like, yes.
So there's a small winged creature in the room on the other end of the deck. Kind of almost impish, but with more gossamer-like wings instead. I have no clue what it is. But it's a small winged creature.
No, I guess we can take a look at the captain's whatever's behind these doors, and then we'll know it's there.
Yeah, it's not. It's just flying around the room right now. It doesn't. It looks like it hasn't even spotted us, right? Or it doesn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either hasn't noticed us or it doesn't care yet. But there is something else on the other end of this deck.
Okay.
And Gordon, your door
Yep.
is unlocked.
Okay. I will go through the door.
Okay.
Since the door is now unlocked.
You open the door.
Yes.
Oh. Yeah,
Oh,
those.
crap.
And you immediately see those.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not nearly so quiet. Oh, shit.
I don't see anything.
That's
Do you
because
see-
you're along the wall, so you're not near the door.
Yeah.
But from where
You're
they
not
are,
line
they
of
would have been able to
sight
see
of the
it.
open door.
However,
I know.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
things.
And so they
Initiative?
look up, they hiss,
Yes.
and we make some initiative rolls.
Yes, that's the universal
Yeah.
greeting for hello, right?
Yes.
Yes.
As in, hello, I don't like you. Oh, I'm sorry, I rolled twice. I thought I hadn't hit it right the first time. We'll keep the first one.
Toggle
Yeah, whatever.
combat and... Yep. There we go.
Perfect.
18, yeah.
That's a cute die.
Wow.
I like my die. It's called stained glass.
I like my dice, but I wish I could make the background of it blue, so I have to check later and see if I can do
We
that.
can.
Okay.
We can change them around a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. So
I really like your dice the way they
I am so boned.
the little things,
Little things.
all watching the fact that that Gordon basically opens the door and he's like, "Ada, ada, ada, ada,"
Yeah.
and is pretty well stunned. You guys all kind of come over faster. This one
Oh, I'm already where I want to be.
is going to fly across to here, and then aiming itself out the door. Is going to look at Gordon.
No!
And Gordon looks back. And when Gordon looks back,
No!
he needs to make a saving throw, a wisdom saving throw with a difficulty of 10.
Uh-oh.
Is my stream roots up?
Oh no, that's still a thing that will affect me. Balls.
Yes, because I checked. And you're in fact not immune to charm or sleep, even though you're a construct. And I don't know why. And I checked on the
I don't
internet,
know
and
why.
no one knows why. But
No one
everyone
knows.
agrees that you're not.
Well, that is unfortunate.
Neither the PC nor NPC version of an auto gnome. The NPC version also does not say immune to sleep and charm. Fortunately,
Oh, you got lucky.
fortunately, you succeeded. It looks at you and you feel a little drowsy for a second and then shake it off, and you're just like, guys, they've got sleep eyes.
Sleep eyes.
Yeah.
And Sadie, now you're up. What would you like to do?
Gordon couldn't move out of the way?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna stand on Gordon's shoulders then.
Well, okay. I'll allow it.
Okay.
Well, you don't necessarily have to do that. We are allowed to occupy the same space, but whatever.
Yeah, we are. aren't we?
Well,
Yes,
You're both small.
to max,
It's fine.
therefore, why not?
Thunderclap.
Okay.
Ah.
And I can get like 3 of these busters.
Does the thunderclap have to be dropped in an area touching you?
No. I don't believe so. Create a burst of thunder that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on a Constitution save or take 1/6 thunder damage.
What is
Spell's
the
damage is
range?
increased by 1/6 when you reach 5th level.
towards the right side of
range
your.
is a 15 feet cube.
No, that's the
There you
target
go.
area. That's not the
That's right.
range.
Oh, what is the range?
Yeah, I think it has to be a cube that is touching you. The good news is
Oh,
Yeah.
you can still drop and catch 3 at the same time.
okay.
So
I'll move it again.
you will in fact just catch these 3 instead.
Okay. Alright, standard roll.
Yeah, Hank, we did it live and we clipped it to prove that we did it live, and Ari won.
1.
That's okay.
Okay. Was that damage, or was that they rolled?
Well, that was you rolling for damage.
Okay, so I only got 1 damage.
Yeah, but against 3 targets. And honestly, it doesn't matter whether they pass the saving throws or not, because, you know,
They're taking 1 point.
because they're going to take 1. So,
That's fair.
Okay.
because it's round down and generally to a minimum of 1.
And I'm able to do that one, like,
Forever. Because that's
Forever.
cantrip.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so,
standing on Gordon's head.
yep, now please give me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Okay. Let's see. Athletics. I'm gonna go athletics if I may.
Go for it. Yeah, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, your cat-like balance has you standing on top of Gordon.
There we
Neither
go.
of you are penalized for this. You succeeded
Because, you know, things.
because cat things.
Because
Ari,
cat
you're up.
things. Yeah, I noticed that. Okay, so,
We're
Well-
in the way, but you're up.
not really. Not with my abilities, I don't think.
Nope.
So I want to start hexing them because I think there's going to be several. But I have absolutely no clue what that to hex.
Well, Hex will also take one of your spell slots. Just keep that in
I
mind.
know.
Okay.
I know.
All right, just making sure.
But it looks like it's going to be useful for, you know,
For a while. Okay.
Uh,
Well, you know that the ability she is using is going off of Constitution.
Constitution.
If anybody else has any other properties that they know that they're going to be causing saving throws off, they should, call it right now.
Yeah. But can she
Possibly
keep-
Dex, maybe.
But can she keep doing that? I mean,
Yeah, that was a cantrip. She can do that all day long.
I can do that all day long.
okay.
Thunderbolt, 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 thunderbolt. As many
Okay.
times as I have turns.
And we haven't even seen them attack normally yet, so I couldn't even tell like what they attack with or anything. So, so Constitution works as good as anything then.
Okay.
I will.
Who you hexing?
May as well start in the front.
Okay.
I have targeted him.
Let's give him a. We'll give him a. Oh, I don't want to use
Cast?
stunned. Yeah, we'll use stunned. All right, so he's got a hex.
Okay. It does not automatically do damage, but that damage button allows me to roll the necrotic damage. Is that how that's working in the
Yeah.
character card?
I believe
Okay.
so.
Okay. So I will then go ahead. And then I'll go ahead and start with the Eldritch Blasting.
Okay.
That's a really hard word.
Go ahead and whack him with an Eldritch Blast. I have put the Agonizing Blast modifier into the Eldritch Blast, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, cool.
That hits.
All right.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And then go click and roll on the hex as well.
Correct.
Got it. There we go.
Okay. And he is bloodied.
Nice.
And he is actually up next.
And I didn't finish him. That's fine.
He is going to choose poorly. And he is going to fly out to attack you. I say this is choosing poorly because Gordon is going to get an attack of opportunity, and then Maeve is going to get an attack of opportunity if she wants it, and then the bug is going to get an attack of opportunity if it wants it, and if it survives all of that, it will get a chance to attack you.
Okay.
Okay, attack of opportunity.
Well, Gordon first.
Gordon first, yes.
Yep.
Go Gordon.
Eat butcher knife. Or not.
So that one misses. So the butter knife misses. So Maeve, would you like to whack it with a spiky bat?
Whack
Yes, I
it.
would like a
Knife,
whack
yeah,
with a
pretty
sticky
much.
bat.
Okay. It is right here at the time. Whack it with a spiky bat.
Attack roll. Normal. I don't know if that hits or not.
That does not.
Okay,
Damn.
never mind.
You guys aren't helpful at all.
So, so maybe it didn't make a mistake. Okay.
We
Maybe
tried.
it didn't.
Now Noctis, it's your turn.
Yep. Rick's car goes.
I will.
Don't roll a 1.
That's a
That's
hit.
not a 1.
Yeah, that's a bit of a hit.
And that is a
I
dead.
will Savage strike. Oh, okay.
Nope. Save your savage.
Okay.
Good.
And it is now Noctis' turn.
Oh,
Let's
it couldn't get
see.
past. I understand what happened. Okay.
I see this one over here.
Mhm.
Rules for ranged with intervening.
The intervening characters aren't really going to matter. It has partial cover due to the wall,
Okay.
but so that's going to be all you have to worry about. It's going to have half cover, which means it's going to get a +2 to its AC.
Okay. Well, we'll try chucking a Totska at it.
Okay. Throw a flashbang. That would be Ari. Ari's the
Oh.
flashbang.
Yeah.
Either that or borrow something from Archibald. Which would be funny.
All right. There you go.
Oh!
All right. So that's a critical hit.
Ooh, crit. Crit. 17. Nice.
Ouch.
Okay. So that is a... Let me find the guy in question. That is him, and that is dead.
Yay, dead.
Quick.
Oh, there was one right there. Oh.
And now that, you can do an offhand, but I don't think you have any other targets you can see, but you can move.
Yeah. If anything, probably circle around, see. Well,
Move around, see if you can get a better view through the door.
and nope.
When you were crossing here, you
Or-
would have been able to see that guy.
No.
Yeah, you should see that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see all three.
You can.
See. Yeah, I will throw another offhand there.
All right. I mean, you're not going to kill unless you get another 20 like that, but still.
1 in 8,000. Or
We-
sorry, 1 in 400.
Yep, 1 in 400. Oh, and there it is.
There
it
is! Finally, some good luck with the dice
Yes.
for you.
Right.
Gotta be dead.
And that is
Yeah.
also a dead.
All right, 2 down, 3 down, actually.
Yep. And now you can continue your movement to the other side of the door or wherever.
Actually, I have enough targets right there to occupy
You're
myself.
just going to
so
stand there? Okay.
Stay right there.
Cool. All right, so this one is up. And it's going to charge forward. And it's going to be staring at Noctis. And we know that Noctis is
Don't
watching
look at it,
targets because he
Noctis.
just said that he is.
Mm-hmm.
So that means Noctis is going to make for me
A wisdom save?
a wisdom save. DC 10.
It doesn't know where my eyes are. I don't have eyes.
And he passes,
Yay!
barely.
Yay.
And then this one is going to come up to here. And he is going to claw in a normal form at Gordon. With multiple characters on the spot, I can't guarantee that I'm going to be targeting the right one, so let's find out what happens.
Mm.
Okay.
So would
I
a
get
20 hit
bitten.
you, Gordon?
Yes, it would.
Okay. I'm going to untarget before we do the damage, so that we don't damage the wrong person. And you'll take 4 points of damage, Gordon, and I'll put the points back on the Sadie. There we go.
Okay. I've taken the points off of me.
Okie doke. And it is now Bacon's turn to act,
Bam.
while carrying a Sadie.
Oh, carrying a Sadie.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
Sadie is small. Small cat is small.
Yeah, small cat is small on top of small target.
A small,
That
a
is
small
also
gnome
small.
is also small.
Yes.
I know. It's kind of funny.
So,
I mean, you can both clear the doorway, worst case.
That's true.
Yeah. We could.
But at the moment, we've got a doorway fight, so why waste it? Hmm.
Because he had a brand new ability he wanted to try.
Oh.
oh yeah. And he's right there, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well. So, remember that sparkly tie, the knot, rather?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. Normally, firing this while somebody is in close contact would be disadvantage. I'm not going to apply it on the first roll because I know you want to use your brand new toy.
Right. Yeah, so
So in fact, so the knot on his tie flashes, and then a arc of lightning comes out, hitting the little impish creature in the chest.
Ooh.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
And now we must do the damage.
Now, I believe the way the damage is worked is damage roll is the base D6.
Right.
The versatile is with the one extra 1d6 you can do once per round.
Right.
So, because that will be important once you get to the point where you can do more than one attack per round.
Right. So, since I'm only going to be using it once, I
You
still
just do
get
the
to use
versatile.
first.
Right, exactly.
It's not terrible.
And it's 11 points of damage. That's not terrible at all.
Terrible. It's really not terrible. And I really can't do anything else.
I mean, no, because if you move, you'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
Provoke, yeah. So
You can
I'm
still
just-
use your offhand attack.
Oh yeah, that's a fair point. So we'll do that. I'm still targeted on him.
Mhm.
Now, I only have the butcher knife. I didn't pull them out. I didn't pull them both out.
You can just grab the other one out real quick. It's a free action. I don't care.
All right, fair enough. So we'll use the paring knife.
That's a hit.
Why is it not saying if it hits or not?
Because for some reason it's not targeting him properly, but that's okay.
Okay.
I can see that you are, so I don't know why it isn't.
Right. See, I'm not getting that, but there it is. Now, this loses the +3.
Correct.
That's a little bit more.
I mean, every point counts.
Every point counts.
Just got to get to that last one.
Yep.
Every point counts, but really only the last one does.
Oh yeah, every point counts where none of them but the last one do. Either way.
Yeah, either way.
And we are back to Maeve.
Yep.
Let's see. What does Maeve want to do? I have my. This target is just so close and right in my face. Why don't I try hitting it with the spiky bat?
Go for it.
Do it.
Spiky bat. Spiky bat.
Ornzager.
Ah, no.
You failed your religion check.
You go to swing, and as you go to swing, you're kind of like Gordon just a little bit. Hey, hey, hey! And you kind of miss on the shot a little bit. Ari, you're up.
All right. So my attacks don't interact with the Constitution, right?
Correct. You do have a bonus action to reassign the target. Your spell is still up. And then you have your Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, but the point is I may as well wait to see if I finish off this one before reassigning it. So if I finish off this one, I can reassign it to a different one.
Also fair.
Okay, so Eldritch Blast first. Ba-dum-dum.
That is most definitely a hit.
Damage.
That is most definitely a dead.
Oh, okay.
That hurt.
Then I will transfer the hex to the next guy I can see in line back here 2 blocks back.
Hexed.
Unfortunately, I cannot also do the damage to it because I did not damage it.
That's fine. I mean, you got to kill.
It is hexed. Yep.
Noctis, you are up, sir.
Let's see. So, one left that I see?
I can confirm that, yes.
Okay. We will go ahead and...
You can confirm that only one
door
is
is occupied. Seeing the door is occupied, go ahead and chuck another chuck at it.
Okay.
Chuck.
Yeah, I mean, you could chuck your returning one twice, basically.
Get that 1 in 8,000. Let's get that 1 in 8,000.
Yeah, the other one. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The turkey.
Oh, one paddle away. But that'll still hit.
Alright, how much damage?
Okay.
7 points.
All right.
Off in the deck. Same thing.
That'll also hit.
You would definitely hit 23. 9 points.
Super bloodied.
Super bloody.
And
question about the layout. The doors are underneath the stairs that go up to the aft castle.
yes.
Okay. So I'm pretty much up against the stairs at this point.
Yeah, you're like you're crouched in the area under the stairs and chucking around the cat riding a robot.
All that's missing is all that's missing is a long coat, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like just classic. All right. He's going to stare at Noctis lovingly.
Lovingly.
Lovingly, longingly, perhaps even hungrily.
I don't know. I think he looks a little too crunchy, like a
And again, right on a 10.
Jeez.
That number was set up perfectly for you guys, apparently. And that is now Bacon's turn.
You can make it bacon.
Where's my target? My target is here.
Yes, up.
Charge up the tie. I'm sorry, that's never gonna get a hold now.
Nice.
Yep, charge up the power tie.
And that's a hit.
Oh, definitely a hit.
Good tie.
Oh, for 10 points. Nice.
And that will definitely finish him off.
Yes.
It's taken 16 before, so.
Okay.
Bonus action. Can you get off my shoulders now, please?
Yes. I was just
Wow.
about to jump down. I don't know why I can't see anything past this wall.
Because it's a wall.
Because it's a
Oh,
wall.
'cause it's a wall.
It's a wall.
Yeah.
I thought this part of the ship was more round.
Well, it is, but
But there's a
Oh, that's
it's
partition
only half
okay,
the
never
ship
mind.
and there's another
Yes.
room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
behind it another door.
This isn't the chest we're looking for, is it? That would be really stinking obvious. And too early.
Well, it is a chest, but this doesn't appear to be the description you were given for the arcane
Okay.
chest. But this would just be the captain's chest. In here, you see there is a bed.
Yeah.
There is a number of charts and a journal on the desk. There is a locked chest. And there is a wardrobe over here.
Let's
Make
check
sure
On
there's
your-
nobody in the wardrobe.
On the bed,
Always a guy in the closet.
on the bed are the dried and desiccated remains of the captain.
Okay, I can actually see them
we
from here.
certain it's the captain.
Well, I mean,
Of a person lying in the
of a
captain's
person
bed.
laying in the captain's bed wearing a captain's uniform.
Okay.
Oh, well, then it would probably be the captain.
If there's any identifying insignia on the uniform at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very likely this is the captain.
Well, I suppose we will come back for his remains then.
I do want to check the charts and the journals, see if we've got
Okay.
any clues there.
Give me an investigation roll.
I think I'm actually really poor at investigation.
I'm good with that. I don't think we'll add.
Yeah. I'm
So
really
the
poor.
journal is the captain's log.
Right?
And it has pretty much just a series of normal entries, nothing out of the ordinary,
Sure.
for like the first 10 days of what was supposed to be a 3-week trip.
And then it just stops?
And then it just stops.
So whatever happened, happened fast.
Yeah. Well, it's supposed to be a 3-week trip, 10 days in, so they hit something in the midpoint.
You also know that they were farther away from the wild space than this, because they were 10 days into the voyage and this is only 5 days out.
Yeah.
And Bacon, you have a +1 on your next roll because you didn't need it for that one, so it's fine.
Okay.
Behind the chart table, there's a window.
Mhm.
Is it open?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are we
It
ready to
opens
go
into the soup,
through?
right?
Yeah, you just see what's outside.
All right.
Which is
Space.
okay.
Yeah.
Checking, just checking.
The ship's air pocket.
Are we ready
Bubble.
to check any more
right.
doors?
Are these the things that you saw on the other side?
Yes,
Oh, so we have more of them.
yes.
Should have known about that earlier. We better take care of it.
Hmm.
There really was no earlier.
opposite end of the ship.
Okay, fair.
I,
But having
I
said,
kind of noticed it and said something about the same time you opened the door, so there really wasn't an earlier.
yeah,
I was
they're
just moving you to get
threats.
the counter off of the dead guy.
Okay. We should go deal with the other one then.
Well, probably in all the rooms that are closed.
Fun. All right. Me.
So wherever you want to open next. Okay.
Over here.
Yeah, on that side is where I saw it.
Locked.
Yes. Actually, I
Now
should
I've got a
make
+1
these
on this one, right?
more appropriate. You got a what?
I got a +1 on this one.
Yeah.
I'll try not to ride on your shoulders again if I can help it.
Thank you.
Just gonna go through and lock some doors.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
trying
yeah,
to
you
defend you
definitely
with that
unlocks.
Thunderclap, but it just
Okay.
it just fizzled a bit.
I mean, it's a cantrip. It hit 3 targets.
Actually, you know what? And stop me if I can't do this, but as soon as I manage to get it open,
Mhm.
throw the door open and then roll 5 feet this way.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you open the door, you roll 5 feet that way,
Mm-hmm.
and you see what you can see, which is not much. Although you would have also been able to see from here before you rolled 5 feet.
Right.
So you can see
I've
that.
got minimum. Okay. Yeah, there's at least 2 more in there.
And that sounds like that's initiative rolls.
There's
Yeah.
a shot.
It won't let me.
Oh, no.
reach-
Not-
Yeah, he's
Activating
setting up the
encounter.
encounter.
Yeah. I gotta start an encounter
Oh,
first.
sorry.
Okay.
Too fast
Now
on
there's
the
an encounter.
button.
Okay.
Ending.
Okay.
Good
Um,
grief.
I think there are a lot more of these things we can't see.
Yeah.
Well, you're about to find out because they're all moving really
Say
fast.
that. Why would you say that?
Good lord.
Okay. Begin combat. Start from the top. The one that he saw is going to come screaming out of the room
God, there's 4 of them before it even gets to me. Wow.
and going to bite at Gordon.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
I mean, more for your sake than for Pete's.
I mean, Pete doesn't have a problem with it. You might.
And that's a hit,
Yeah, it is. It hurts.
doing 6 points of damage, which is apparently their max damage.
Okay.
That brings me down to 11.
So it bites in and like clank right on your arm, and it's like and is none too pleased with the fact that you are made of metal.
It's like, ew. Not what
This
I wanted
one-
a
I could have
mouthful of.
bloodied.
Bounds through the door and decides to see if Maeve is also made of metal.
Finds out instead that Maeve is made of cat.
And Maeve is made of cat. And
Cat, yes.
eats 3 hit points worth of cat.
Little cat nugget there.
Yeah. Oh, that's my butt. Damn it.
So many jokes that I've heard over the years. I'm not gonna do it.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I moved the wrong one first. Well, we'll do this instead now. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So this guy's going to come through. Doesn't actually fly through the wall, but they're small and they fly.
Right.
And is going to stare at a Maeve.
Oh, I need to do a wisdom
A wisdom difficulty 10.
roll. Okay. Saving throw, right?
Correct.
Normal. Yep, I
Passes
passed.
it twice.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Yeah, my wisdom pretty good. Pretty good.
And this one is going to come out, and it is going to do the same wisdom check to Noctis.
Third time in a row.
Third time in a row, just exactly a 10. Always when you need it, exactly a 10.
Wow.
Well, it's a lot better than a drooling, sleeping Noctis.
Yes, this is a lot better. 1 in 8,000. Yes.
Yeah.
And that puts us over to Ari.
Okay.
Target rich environment.
Yeah.
Some of those targets are allies, but you know, you can get new ones.
Yeah. It still doesn't matter who I target, right?
Not really.
Okay. All right. We will.
Excuse me.
We're gonna go and target the first guy anyway.
Okay.
And by that we mean transfer the hex over so I can do more damage.
Okay. Hex is transferred.
And we will blast it. Poorly.
Fate point or your plus D4? I mean, you don't have to use either one. I'm just reminding you that technically you have both.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay. All right. Are you moving or staying where you're at?
I guess I'll back up further. I'm just like more afraid of. Why am I targeting myself? More afraid that I'll end up getting attacked from the other side. But
And Noctis. Noctis most definitely has a target rich environment.
Yeah.
you got like a swirly attack that you can just.
I do. However, that means I would be targeting Maeve, and no, I don't think that'd be a good idea.
I'm a cat. I'll jump out the way.
Yeah, about that.
Maybe not.
Have you ever seen a cat jump out of the way of a car? Have you seen a cat also not jump out of the way of the car?
Oh.
Yes.
That is very much a Schrodinger cat situation until that car gets there.
Cats.
And Noctis is a car.
Sad.
So we will strike him with Gitka.
Okay?
Or
Or not.
Or definitely not. Wow.
Update combatants.
This is sucking. Okay.
Initiative 11.5.
And I guess I'll attempt an offhand strike.
Go for it.
We're gonna kill by freaking pixies.
So that one stop stealing my rolls. That's a hit.
17 hits. Okay.
More
And I'm gonna blow Savage Strikes.
Okay. That's a good time for a Savage Strike. Much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
Okay. And that brings us to Bacon.
Is that target not bloodied? Or was that an improvement?
He is not bloodied.
Ah,
I chat can confirm he is not bloodied.
dark.
He has taken 8 points of damage and is not bloodied.
The thing I could do, unfortunately, targets way too many others.
Yeah, everyone's having that problem.
Yeah. It's not a...
It may be why I had them swarm the way they did.
Yeah.
Could be.
I mean, these are like foot and a half tall creatures. They're small, they're swarmy, they're moving around.
Right.
They are literally
This is a realistic
engulfing
problem.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
is a
giant
realistic
mosquito
Try to
city.
go after this one.
Okay.
That's so as to hopefully, at least partially, remove advantage
Good call. Very good call.
and so forth, because, you know...
Again, I would suggest throwing the cat at it. I mean, They kind of did, really. That'll hit.
I am. Oh, is it? It
Oh,
will?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
13 hits.
Okay.
One of the things that I love is when players start doing card counting on the table. Like by the time a fight's over, they know what the hit points and armor class of everything that they fought is, because you keep track of like, okay, so we know this hit, and then this missed, and this hit, and this, and like you start dialing in the number
and card counting.
Yeah. And no. Your offhand attack is a no.
Yeah, just no.
Just no.
Okay, that did not help. So.
With nothing we're doing is helping. This is.
And this one
I had a
comes
bad dream
running
like
through the
one.
door and goes to pounce on Gordon, which causes him to turn around, and then he just goes, "Gotcha," and stares at you instead.
Because he's a jerk.
So give me a wisdom check. And Gordon falls asleep.
Fate point. Screw that voice. Fate point. I'm using the fate point.
Okay.
I'm using the fate point. I'm not going down this early. No.
And
I'm
Gordon
adding.
falls asleep.
I can't add to that.
You can. You can do your build for this. You were built to fight little sleep imps.
Yep.
Apparently.
I really was.
Absolutely were.
And I've got a 50-50 shot at it, so.
Yep.
All right. Where's that D4 at?
It's the triangular one.
Yep.
There you go.
Nice.
You were built to not fall asleep.
I mean, that's probably actually true.
This one's going to come
I
out.
really don't want to lose Gordon this fast. I really, really don't.
Yeah.
And
Way
he's
too
going to
quick
bite. He is going to nom nom on a bug. Buggy buggy nom noms. Oh, I forgot he has advantage. So we'll roll again.
That's fair.
It didn't matter.
He can nod on or nom on exoskeleton.
And
Nom,
Sadie, it is
nom,
your
nom.
turn.
Oh, tough and
Oh, my
veiny.
turn. Oh, so tempting to do a thunderbolt. I could hit so many of them, but
You
I would
could.
hit Gordon, and I would hit Noctis, and that's just not gonna happen.
I mean, you'll hit 2 PCs with it. You'll do 2d6 worth of damage to PCs in order to do 6d6 worth of damage to NPCs.
Do it.
That is true. Like, there are times.
Okay, so I'm like shouting, I could use a ranged attack, I could use Thunderbolt, but I'll hit you two. What do you say?
Do it.
Well, I have one vote for do it. What does Noctis say?
I'm hiding.
You're hiding.
He's busy fighting.
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm busy fighting, and even if I were to speak to you, all you would see is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clickety
Oh,
click click.
right.
Clickety clack. Okay. Doing it or not doing it?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Do
Um,
it.
Back up to a location where you can, drop your cube. Without being in it.
Oh, I have to back off to...
Well, I mean, otherwise you'll be dropping it on yourself as well, which you can do if you want.
I'll do it that way.
Okay.
Damage. Normals.
Okay. 5 points of damage. Everyone needs to make a con save,
Okay.
including the Sadinator.
Okay.
Nope.
Constitution.
Got it, Thomas?
Oh.
Normal.
not problem.
I think I passed. I got a 15.
All of you passed, which means you all take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
I did not
And-
pass.
Okay. Then Gordon will take 5 points of damage and then get healed for 20.
Okay.
Thank you. Right, and I'm back on my feet.
And I
Thank
hit
you so much.
how many enemies? 1, 2,
Six.
3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. Six is a good 6 for 5 damage apiece. That's pretty good.
And I mean, that's when you have to make these decisions sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the best way to do area of effect is to not catch everybody, but I mean, sometimes you're going to.
Yeah, sometimes you're better off.
And that one is now bloodied.
Seriously,
have to go
thanks,
through
Tom. Dear
Roll
God,
everyone.
that would have sucked.
It's really just the hardest part is, hitting the, like, on a regular tabletop, I would just pull dice and then just do them in whatever order I wanted. But in this, I have to actually go through and, like, click each one.
Oh wow, one of them actually managed to not take any damage.
Well, he'll still take damage. He just will only take 2.
2 damage.
But they're all taking damage. And up to this point, he's the only one that has passed. So,
Yeah, so, yeah, mathematically, it seems like it was worth it. There are times.
he is bloodied. He takes only 2. Five, 10, 15, 20, 24 points of damage to the bad guys to do 5 points of damage to the party. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
More cancer.
Yeah.
it's a good ratio.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. Is that me?
nope, it's 4 of them
No?
first.
Oh, okay. I must have been thinking of the last fight.
That's okay. This one's going to bite at Maeve
Well, I
Because she just-
expect that.
because she just did a hurdy,
Just blew its eardrums out.
and that's a hit
Why does it get 2 dice?
because there's one to the other
Yeah.
side for advantage. So you take 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. Okay.
So yeah, these are just, and that one's also going to attack Maeve. So second verse, same with the first. Actually, no, this one is going to use the sleepy time gaze on
Oh.
Maeve.
So that's wisdom.
Wisdom
again,
10, yep.
right? Saving
There's actually a
throw.
button for you in the thing.
I mean, either way works.
By the way, works.
Did I pass?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you passed.
Okay. I only got an 8, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but then you add your modifier to that. So, and you're proficient with wisdom. Wisdom is your best stat to make a save on.
That's true.
And this one can't do a gaze attack now, so he's going to bite at Maeve.
Surprise! Surprise!
I mean, you just made yourself, a threat.
Yeah.
You really did.
sure.
That one hits.
Okay. How much damage?
5.
Ouch.
And it looks like it might have updated. Might not. It did not.
Something?
There you go. Now it did.
I think I'm getting towards bloodied, am I not?
You're close, but you're not quite there yet. Don't worry, I'll get you there.
Of course you will.
Oh,
Of
we're
course
not.
you will. I'm gonna need to waste my next turn healing
And then
myself.
this one is going to snack at Noctis. With advantage. And miss. Because he's a big scary bug. Okay, and now it is Ari's turn.
Now it is. Okay, so there is not a bloodied one that has not gone.
Correct.
So I was rather hoping to pick one off before it could get an action, but I don't think I can single-handedly pick one off.
Well, you can pick one off before it gets an action next turn. And technically,
Yeah.
you could probably pick off this one over here. Because that's got your mark.
Oh, right, so we'll do more damage to it.
Right.
All right, so let's start there. That unfortunately is not one of the ones creating advantage, but I targeted it before that was all set up, so it doesn't
Right.
matter. Alright, target. You attack.
I mean, that's a big
Better
hit.
than last time. Damage. Plus damage.
Okie doke.
And not dead?
Not dead.
Okay, then
If you wanted
in that case,
to, if you
Okay.
wanted to re-roll the Eldritch Blast die, which was a 1 on the D10, then you likely would do more damage.
I'll just use my bonus action to drop a tentacle on the formation
Okay,
instead.
that works.
Yeah. If I put it in the empty corner, everything would be in range of it, right?
Yeah, everything
Okay.
except for this one guy over here.
Okay.
But you'd be able to move it again by then, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I shouldn't drop it on me.
I'm pretty sure she would get freaked out if there was suddenly a giant tentacle on her.
Yeah, that might.
It's that whole cats and calamari thing.
Do I have?
Yeah.
Do I have the tentacle graphic, or do you have the tentacle graphic? I have arms of Hadar.
You have the spell, but I have the. I have to
Okay.
drop the
Alrighty.
spell effect.
I will.
Boop.
Yeah. Tentacle, and I will see if I can finish off this target.
Somebody just disappeared.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
took one of them out, unfortunately. We'll say he just died of fright when the tentacle showed up. I don't care.
That works.
It's
There it is.
spell over that.
I keep trying to decide how I want to do this tentacle, and I keep not liking no matter how I try to do it.
Oh, okay.
So
15. Nice.
Tentacle attacks. The tentacle hit.
tentacle hits.
Okay. Tentacle will do damage.
And dead.
Okay. Cool.
And it is now Bacon's turn.
Okay, I'm still on the right target, so we're gonna have to go to the old.
Which target are you on?
North of Maeve.
Okay.
Oops. Close the door.
Dang it.
That's a good choice. It's bloodied and creating advantage.
You hit.
Come on.
Tentacles everywhere.
Tentacles everywhere. There's always tentacles everywhere. It's what I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Damage done did.
And then parry knife.
Will hit.
Just. Let me drop the 3 here. Nice.
And that is enough.
Yes.
Good.
The tide begins to turn.
Well, it's all about the tide.
I mean,
Goes in, it goes
Astral
out.
Sea.
Noctis.
The one in front of me just died of fright, huh?
Yep.
Okay. So
I mean, to be
spin
fair, he had
around.
like 2 hit points left. That's fine.
Well, that's a
spin
good
around.
reason to die.
We do that with a tentacle.
And
It's like, oh, I can't
smash,
keep this
smash.
tentacle out.
Go for it.
And now, no, none of them have advantage.
That is a hit.
It's like playing tic-tac-toe.
That is a good amount of damage.
Mhm.
It is a bloodied.
He use ability.
Are
And
you going to use your offhand now?
yep.
Cool.
That is a hit.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and roll savage.
You don't need
Is that
to.
a cracked dice? But
Oh,
Doesn't even matter. Dead, dead, dead. One poor little thing right here.
Who gets to go next?
This one here, this one here.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and reposition myself.
Okay.
To create advantage.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
Noctis.
Yes.
Sleepy time save.
That's fair.
I don't want to go to sleep. Not
Nap time.
yet.
Nap time.
Okay.
No.
Time. Oh no.
Oh.
Noctis goes to sleep.
No.
Yep.
Does Maeve still have advantage?
Technically, no.
Ah. Double whammy.
And now, perfectly timed, the NPC that the party can't see gets to activate. Hi, chat.
No. No.
So, Noctis, while you are
Mhm.
asleep, you're going to have a noctmare.
A Noctismare.
Oh, no.
But do I though?
Oh, you do.
Are you going to desatisfy yourself?
You have a nightmare of a hunched, ragged, clothed creature with like kind of like a purpley olive skin and two uneven horns just hovers over you while you sleep and goes, "It's okay. Everything's fine. You'll be home soon." And Noctis, you take 6 points of damage,
Wow.
which also temporarily lowers your maximum hit points by 6.
Wow.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
At
And
which
now we know what
point,
happened
your
to the
Miracle
group.
Max's quick fix wakes up.
Okay.
So he's like, nope, not staying asleep for that. Nope, we're awake.
Nope,
We
nope,
are awake.
Nope.
But I
That's
still
nope.
lose 6.
Yes. So you go from 27 current hit points to 21, and your max goes from 29 to 23. We are going to, in parentheses, put your max right here for now, so that we remember what it is, so that there's no questions later.
Okay.
Okay.
Or actually, wouldn't it go the other way?
Wouldn't go the other way.
The field you changed was labeled temporary max H or max.
Well, temporary and max. So you still could technically have temporary hit points, but I just put in what your old max was, just so that we can change your total later.
Works for me.
It's a
Sadie, it is your
temporary
turn.
max.
I have a question.
Okay.
Aid works on everybody but me, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I believe so.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the cure wounds myself.
No, you can be one of the 3 creatures.
Oh, I can be one of the 3 creatures?
Yeah.
For aid?
That sounds right.
Yeah. It does not
Okay.
say excluding yourself. It technically says bolster your allies, but then doesn't say excluding yourself. So the flavor text says no, but the rules don't say no. So that's a yes.
Right.
I guess I get 5 hit points back.
Yep. So you and 2 other targets of your choice.
Okay, gonna Noctis, you've taken damage, and Gordon.
And Gordon
I
has.
don't
Yeah,
think
I haven't.
I
haven't taken damage. No.
any damage at all.
Effectively, I haven't either, because when basically something bit me, I somehow got it. charge for my pacemaker or something.
Yeah,
like
but
that.
she can't choose the same target twice, so
She
it doesn't
can't
matter.
know.
Either way,
Fair.
she only gets 2 out of the 3 at that point.
Right.
But that's still fine. So Maeve and Noctis both get 5 more hit points back.
Oh, 2.
Okay, so that's 17.
I am going.
And we come up to this guy, who is going to bite Death Noctis.
Nom 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 nom.
Bite, 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 bite. I'm not sure if he should be able to get advantage, so I'm just going to say it didn't matter.
Nope.
That's fair.
Um,
That is entirely
And
fair.
so
Well.
Noctis wakes up, is kind of groggy, and then all of a sudden this little tiny demon imp jumps up and just gnaws his face off for 12 points. Literally, like
God.
Noctis is trying to rip it off of his face.
Poor Noctis.
just
Poor Noctis has all the
5
worst
points.
Good thing.
Seriously.
How many have you got left? Ooh, prayer
Huh?
of healing. 6 creatures.
A lot more than he would have had if you hadn't healed him.
Yep.
Okay.
Ari, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, as I'm only aware of one target.
There are 2. There is one here on top of Gordon, and then one here in between the 2.
Okay. It does not show up on this.
There's 2 small things standing on top of each other in the square. I can't help that.
Okay. For the second time in this fight. Technically, the other one was
Do not lead with your face, especially when they're trying to chew on you and not punch you. It's true.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be teased about standing on Gordon's shoulders, aren't I?
No, it was just a general observation.
Everything's standing on Gordon's shoulders.
I still just saw somebody chew Reggie's face off, so I'm still probably targeting that guy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I mean, has the other guy not gone yet? Technically, that would be strategically wise.
Um,
Or has everybody gone?
I mean, the other one hasn't gone yet, but I mean, they'll both go again before you attack, and so it really doesn't matter. They're both unlikely to survive this round either way. So
Okay. All right. So doop 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 doo. Doop 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 doo. Starting with the attacking. Oh, starting with the transferring of the hex. Sorry. Start with
Okay.
the transferring of the hex
to which guy?
to the guy I'm attacking.
Okay. Hexy.
And last. And damage. And hex damage.
He is now bloodied.
And that probably didn't finish him off.
Nope.
And tentacle damage. No, yes, attack. It still needs to attack first. So it automatically gets to attack, right? That's not
I think so. I don't.
once it's down because moving
I think it's
it's
a bonus action for you to move it, and then if there's anything within range, it will attack,
Okay, yeah. So, but it still needs to attack roll,
which it hits.
and then damage. Does it get the hex damage too?
No.
Okay.
But in this case, again,
Didn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
Does not matter.
Yay!
Did him. Did him.
Bacon.
Field.
Did him. Did
Hey.
him. Did him.
Or is
I
there one
can't
more that I don't
actually
see?
target. I can't officially target the thing that's
Okay.
standing.
Well, here's what's going to happen. It is in the same
Mhm.
square you are, and the
Yes.
same size. So
Yes.
either you can move one square, giving it an attack of opportunity, and then
Mhm.
attack it normally,
Yeah.
or you can stay in the square and attack with disadvantage.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bacon. I didn't know any of that.
Nope. We're gonna have to give him. We'll have to give him the provoke.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it this way, so I'm pointed in the right direction.
All right.
Even though he's not disengaging from a touching space?
Correct.
Okay.
And is a miss.
Is miss.
Because I know your armor class is better than 14.
Yes, it's the 17th. Thank God.
Oof.
Okay. So. Steady butcher knife.
No.
No.
Die says no.
Yeah, just no. I don't think I even get the parrying knife attack.
You do.
Oh, I still
You
do?
made an attack.
All right.
Therefore.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. Three points of damage.
Yep.
And Noctis. Your bloodied butt is next.
And the only thing I see is dead whatever it is in front of me and a live one over beating on...
Correct.
Okay. So get up.
All right. Half your movement.
Switch over here.
There's a Gordon in that square.
There's a Gordon that's...
Gordon move.
Yes, Gordon
Yes.
moved off of the square that the thing was in.
Okay.
So yes.
And then
There you go.
Oops.
That'll work.
And
As it is cornered and all three available sides are facing, I'm going to give you a situational advantage on this.
That makes sense. Because it doesn't have anywhere to dodge,
Yeah.
basically. Hey.
Would you like to take the critical? Or do you want to just take the hit?
I'll take the critical.
Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Oh, cool.
I mean,
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
I'll
how did
take
that
critical.
happen?
Splat.
Reg has had enough.
Yes.
Splat.
Little splat on the wall there.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yep. Okay.
Now then.
I don't think we're gonna finish the ship tonight.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
But you finish the
Well,
fight. You'll finish this level of the ship, maybe.
Maybe. I don't know. Is there still more creatures in that door over there besides the captain's
Well, that's-
quarters?
Well, let's see what happens if we
thing that I
move
was
into this
going
other
to
room.
Well, before we do that, we need to heal Noctis.
Right.
Not a bad idea.
Um,
He would probably appreciate not, bleeding so much.
Yes.
Do I
Being
need
bad.
to use my spell, or is it a free thing? Since we're in between fights.
Unless you are officially taking a short rest, you need to use
Oh,
a spell
okay.
or a potion.
All right. Okay.
Good night, Morden.
No problem.
More.
Night, Morton.
Normal. Nah, I only gave you 5 more points.
You gave him
Sorry.
12 because it's an action in
Between
between outside of initiative, so it's automatically full.
Okay. Good.
Well, thank you.
So there you go.
Alright. That's good.
And Noctis walks into the crew quarters,
I don't mind using a spell for that.
and in all of the beds and
Nice
all
little
of the
corpse.
hammocks
Each one.
are desiccated corpses.
They all died in their sleep.
Is there a window? See, the door was locked, yes?
Yes.
Are there any windows?
No.
Hmm.
Wow.
And
I'll go down
Noctis
and check
suddenly,
this door.
also locked, Noctis suddenly has a slight inkling into how they might have died in their sleep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nobody else does, but Noctis
No.
does.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And the question is how did they get in?
What,
Is
these
there
flying
a hatch
things?
to the fort? Is there a hatch up to the forecastle?
Yes. Well, there's an open grate. That's why there's some light coming through, as you can see on the number 13. You can see the light coming down through. I
A
even
grate
programmed that
too
in.
large. Nice. A grate large enough for these little beasties to fit through?
I mean, you haven't seen them squeeze, but if they can squeeze, it's possible. The grate's smaller than their heads, but I mean, if they're able to distend at all, it's possible they could have squeezed through.
Or it's possible they could have been let in.
Yeah.
By someone in league with them that tricked the crew into letting them in the door. And I mean,
So should I go try this door opposite the captain's quarters quick?
We should probably be prepared for more little beasties in there as well.
Yeah.
I mean, the real question is, now that you guys are starting to use some resources, I want to see somebody have a conversation about whether or not they should be looking forward to taking a rest on the ship. Maybe a long rest. Maybe take a little nap.
Nope.
No?
No.
I mean, you could take a long rest. Everybody take 6 hours of sleepy time, and it'll be fine.
Nope.
No?
No.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
those
mind
that
you,
do
I would still be
sleep-
fully conscious to it, and therefore could.
could sound
But-
alarm.
Yeah, having said that, nope.
Theoretically, we could go back to the ship and do it. However, if there's anything intelligent here guiding these things, we may have just tipped it off.
Yep.
We have.
So
Did you want to?
I mean,
Did you want to check the other door?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
actually, okay, guys, keeping in mind the hour and all.
I am. That's. Do you want to check the other door? It's
Yes,
okay.
We'll check the other door. I will
Okay.
do the unlocking of the other door. Or at least I will attempt to do the unlocking of the other door. As
What
soon
could
as I can
possibly
find
go
the
wrong?
tools.
That's my line.
Don't say that.
Nope.
no.
Can't get this one unlocked.
He can't try again.
He
No.
can.
Well, later.
Good. I'm gonna pop over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through Captain's pockets.
Let me
Looking
know
for
when I can
keys.
try this door again.
You do not find anything in the captain's pockets.
On the desk? In the desk?
There's
That
nothing
table?
on or in the desk. There is a wardrobe and there is a chest.
Which is locked. We already know that.
Anything in the wardrobe?
In the wardrobe is a captain's hat and a captain's coat.
They look really good on you.
It wouldn't work. He only has 2 arms.
Poke holes for the other two.
I'll try the other door then, if that's all right.
Go for the door?
Yeah, I'll try the other door then. Again.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, we'll get
That time it
That works.
that's better.
That is unlocked, sir.
All right.
Okay. Open the door.
And
And nothing.
Is it because it's not a quarters places where people sleep?
Maybe.
This mess, it looks like.
Yep, that's the captain's table.
Yeah,
That's probably why no one ever falling asleep in there.
yeah.
Okay.
I hope that's why. I just
It's a good logic.
like,
It's sound.
we have only found them so far places where people are sleeping. We're sleeping.
Yeah,
So far.
true.
Now, that's not to say they couldn't go somewhere else to try to put somebody to sleep, but like I don't know why they put them to sleep and then just like stay there while they died in their sleep.
Didn't Glitter Gold or whatever her name was? She said something about sometimes these things have passengers.
Yes.
Lower deck.
So these would be lower deck. So there may still be some.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, do you take a short rest up here to recover, or do you head down to the lower deck?
Because we can short rest without sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can short rest without
Yeah.
sleeping.
Not that any of us except Noctis know why we're not sleeping. I'm just saying.
Yep.
Oh.
It would be reasonable to
sleep
get a break
anyway.
up here watching all the doors.
Right.
It would be. All right.
Catch your breath if we have any like healing food or anything.
All right. Short rest, right?
Yep.
An hour.
And everybody can spend a hit die or two to heal if they need to. And if they don't need
Okay.
to, then they don't have to.
Well, I need to.
There you go.
How do I do that?
If you
It's under the short rest button, right?
yeah, if you look at your character card in hit dice, you'll see S rest. Just click the S rest button.
I did. I still have three dice.
Okay, if you click the S rest button, a window pops up that says select dice
Right.
to roll.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
There you go. Now, if that's
6
enough, you
points.
can stop there, or you can try to do one more die.
I would already did it. Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Okay. So, an hour later, after taking a short rest, you walk over to the companionway to open up the stairwell to the lower decks, and that's where we're going to stop for today.
Okay.
So that's going to be the end of tonight's show. Everybody in
Yay!
chat, vote for who you want to give a bonus point to. If you want to go into Ari/Seth, if you want to go into Sadie/Maeve, if you want to go into Bacon/Gordon, or if you want to go into Noctis/Reggie/Rexicar. Because he's so cool, he gets 3 names.
I think.
Or whatever you happen to remember to call me.
I whatever.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think so far?
I think this has been
I like-
lots of fun.
Seth for the lulls.
I thought we were just going to be silly. What the hell's going on here?
Sadie for voluntarily nuking the party.
Sadie for
Appropriate.
voluntarily nuking the party. Yeah. That ended up being pretty cool.
It was good. I mean, and again, well-placed cantrips can do a lot of work. And yeah, so you did 9 points of damage to the party. You did 3 times that to the bad guys. That's not bad math.
Yeah. It's valid.
In
math.
no way is that bad math.
Especially when all of them had advantage. So
I mean, it's Norton math, but it's not bad math.
Yeah. You know, actually, no, Gray's right. It should go to Sadie for that.
well, you can vote too.
I did.
You just
Yeah.
did. Okay.
You, because
He did for you for the lulls.
Yeah. No. Go ahead. Give us a again.
Okay, so that'll be current points will be 2 for Sadie, 2 for Noctis, 2 for Ari, and none for Bacon because he did not want to be the first one to fall asleep, and he was correct.
He was correct.
that would have sucked muchly.
Muchly.
I mean, I don't know why nobody wants to go to sleep. I certainly can't think
Oh,
of
it's
any
so nice
reason
in this
why
sleep.
nobody would want to go to sleep.
It's nice in this sleep.
Because things are trying to send you to sleep, and that indicates, problems.
Yes, we don't
Well,
like
I
it.
mean, theoretically, it could just be a defense mechanism on their part, one of their normal attacks. But
I'm sure it's
nothing else
fine.
to fight it.
Sure, it's fine.
Theoretically.
I mean, what else could go
technically.
wrong? I'm sure it's okay. So, that's going to be it for tonight. If you're watching this on the YouTube and you've gotten this far, thank you for watching to the end of the video. Be a good werewolf, like and subscribe. If you are watching this on Twitch, then you already know that you're here on Twitch and that we record these episodes on Sunday. We have another episode that we record on Tuesdays, which is my Light and Darkness campaign. We have episodes that we record on Thursday, which is the campaign that Morden GMs and I play in. And we have a campaign soon, probably starting either Friday or Saturday, which is going to be a Dungeons of Drakkenheim playtest campaign. So that ought to be a lot of fun.
Drakkenheim?
Yeah.
As in dragons or vampires?
As in Drakkenheim. It's its own setting.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's its own setting with 2 different source books, one of which has a Kickstarter, which is still up, and I highly recommend it, especially if you play any kind of wizard or spellcaster, because they have a ton of new spells going in that book, so it is definitely worth it. Go and support the Dungeon Dudes. They are awesome. But we're also going to be bringing in some new players for that, so a couple old, couple new, just like we did for this one. Keep the crew rotating. It's more fun that way. So anyway, everybody, thank you very much for being in the show. I appreciate all of you being here. I hope that you had fun. I have enjoyed this opportunity to entertain you. Also, special thanks to Noctis and Ari and Bacon and Sadie for playing tonight. And we will see you all next Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.